Welcome everybody. It's Tuesday, and you know what that means? It means nothing's prepared because Sunday was a hell of a day. Monday is work day and just other stuff day, and then that means, you know, rushing around, wash the dog, go to the shops, do the shopping, sit down, make sure my hair is reasonably tidy, and go. Welcome everybody. How are we all? I saw a few messages about politics, so I'll be very, very quick. Policy on politics. So in the Scratching Post Discord, what we have is we have a little section called Off the Beaten Path. And if you want to see some of the things in there, the more adult sections, it's not pornography, it's just like, but you know what I mean? It's like the more adult stuff. Or if you want to talk about politics, we have an opt-in. So you have to click a picture of Polly, Polly the cat, and then you have, yes, Yannicka, it's tidy right now, and I'm going to get it cut tomorrow. It is tidy, right? I mean, nobody's said anything. So, no, I'm just do the politics thing, because politics does come into this, right? There is politics here. So you click a Polly, and then you have access to the politics section, and the rules still apply in that section. Hey, we've had no issues. Okay, there's no problem. Everything in the Discord is great. Okay, I don't want to give people ideas that like we're all fighting in there, because it's not the case at all. But it is proving to be quite difficult to avoid politics. I'm trying to be apolitical. Autism does not have a political agenda. Okay, there is no autism political agenda. But from time to time, there will be topics that will be politics adjacent. Now, some folks have been very offended by my video on Sunday. Now, I thought it was just my rush editing job that might upset people. I thought it might be something else, but no, it's because people think that I'm being critical of people that they look up to and like. And I just want to say, right here and now, I respect everybody's independent thought and independent minds. I don't need or want people to rush to my defense if I prove to be a big a-hole and I've done something completely wrong. Or if I say something wrong, you can challenge me. It's perfectly fine. We can have conversation. We can have disagreement and still be friends. But it isn't true that on the internet, in fact, these are conversations I've had with a great many people. I think if you know me at all, you know that we've had this conversation. I've had this conversation face to face with so many people. Hell, even Dr. K, I've had this conversation with, which is, we can disagree on things. We can point things out. We can be disappointed. For example, I'm disappointed when people with healthcare qualifications last updated themselves 30, 40 years ago, and then they're spouting off like a fountain of all knowledge. This is where things become difficult, because it becomes professionally embarrassing to point things out to people and go, hey, you kind of fucked up there in front of, I don't know, 500,000 people. It hurts people. But that's their problem. It's like, if you go do dumb shit, and then somebody points it out, it's not this person pointing it out's fault. Okay, what I'm trying to say this is, I've had a hell of a lot of hate from that sort of stuff, and I think it's just a case of we can talk and we can have disagreements, and I think that's so important going into 2025, especially for us as neurodivergent people. If you're not neurodivergent, that's completely fine. In fact, to be fair, neurodivergent, it's a strange term, right? Because neurodiversity is everybody, right? But like, we like to have conversations. We have deep conversations. We get into the nitty gritty with each other. We have the most incredible conversations. The best people in my life that I have ever learned amazing things from have been other autistic people. It's so good. No, it's fine. Don't worry. If it's in my YouTube comment section, I've got people complaining at me now, thinking that I'm like censoring people and stuff like that. And I did have to delete some comments, but they were mostly because they were just fucking awful. But generally YouTube removes stuff, especially if it's got a link in it. A lot of people got unhappy with me because they're trying to link anti-vaxxer propaganda on my channel. And I've got a policy. You can set it. Every YouTuber can set it, which is allow URLs. URLs is turned off because if you allow URLs, you're going to get all the crypto spam and crypto scams. So where we're trying to go is, I want to lead everyone down this little thought journey with me just for a moment, because I felt a little bit alone for the last couple of days, really, I think, in my mind, which is that I'm cool with any of you disagreeing with me. If I fuck up, I'd rather somebody mention something quietly to me rather than like publicly, but that's fine. That's fine. If you want to do it publicly, it's okay. And I haven't fucked up, by the way. I'm pointing that out. But we can have disagreements and still get along. Like, you're not going to agree 100%. If you find yourself agreeing completely with every single person around you, you've got a problem. You are in a cult. You've got an issue. You're completely caught with groupthink. So there we go. Next thing. Some YouTubers won't go there. I think that's going to be impossible. Adam, every YouTuber buddies. Yeah, do you know what? A lot of my videos from early on, I stand by everything I've ever said, except sometimes the way I say it is really cringy. The older YouTube videos that I've got, my first ever YouTube video is actually one of my best performing ones, but I just can't stand to see myself. It's just awful. But I think the content's all right. But my point is, anyway, is the fact you pay attention to actual facts is one of the reasons I became a member. Thanks, Anne. I appreciate that a lot. This is where I'm trying to go with it. Is I want to say that if I've offended you at any point, that's not my intention. My values are not to go around offending people, you know? Go into people's deathbeds and then tell them, I don't know, just, I'm not trying to offend people, but sometimes offense is a case of so fucking what, you're offended. And that's for me as well. Sometimes it's like, so fucking what, but then sometimes it's like, I'm not also trying to cause offense. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm not doing a Ricky Gervais here and like trying to upset people for laughs. I'm trying to like, anyway. You're getting, I really want to do the YouTube thing. And not when I say the YouTube thing, I mean, I don't want to find myself caught in a corner where I'm making autistic bingo every single week or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, just, all right, here we go. Russell Brand. I've had so many emails, by the way. I've had so many messages. If you're going to DM me, I'm really bad at getting back to people. I'm really bad at reading my DMs. I'm really sorry, everyone. I'm just, can you imagine? My day job is a software engineer as well. I've got so much shit coming in all directions. 1 billion pets. It's like, it's impossible to, you've got to do, I'm trying to be careful with my words because I don't want to make anyone think that I'm talking about someone, because I'm not. I'm doing the autistic thing, and I'm just saying we'll do bingo too. We'll do all the things, but like, someone will get offended that there's like not enough cards on the bingo card, or that do you know what I mean? It's just like, people are going to get upset every week, is what I'm trying to say, and I'm okay with that. I just thought I'd let you know. But I've had a ton of correspondence from people. I've had a shitload. I went into my YouTube junk mail thing, right? Because basically, if you leave a comment with a URL, I'm sorry, you could leave a lovely comment, but if it's got a URL in it, you will end up in the hidden comments section because it's a URL. Don't put URLs in. You can write the name of a video and say where you can find it. But if you put a URL, it's just because most URLs are like crypto scams. So, what's saying? Oh yeah, there's tons in there. And it's all, you got to watch Russell Brand. You got to watch Russell Brand. You got to watch Russell Brand. Okay, well, I've just watched Russell Brand for 5 minutes before coming on to do a live stream. That's a pretty bad idea. 7 days ago, he made a video, and I'm probably not going to do a sort of like a response to it, or maybe I'll do one and just stick it on Patreon. And like, but like, holy crap, it's wild out there. It's wild out there. It's wild out there. It is wild as the wild, wild west. The stuff people are yeah. See, I haven't yeah, after 11 minutes I should probably say hello everybody. Welcome. This is the live stream. My name's Mike. Welcome to the channel. I like to think of it as the ADHD side of the channel. Well, it's not always a good thing to be like, you're quite Adam. I mean, like it's I'm using wild euphemistically. Wild is like a, hey Gemma, and Gemma's Journey Grace. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. I hope you're doing well. Happy New Year. Juju, Mike, please keep being yourself. You know, you all understand this. Every single person here gets it, but you can't, you mask all the time. Jansen. Hi Mike, you're late diagnosed adult. By the way, if anybody's left a message in the chat over the last 10 minutes, I probably haven't read it. I'm sorry. I probably haven't even seen it. I've done a Dr. K and I'm not even looking at the messages. I was just in one. I'm sorry. Hey Mike, kittens send warm fluffy hugs. Thank you, Helen. Well, sod the kittens, because our kittens, and just the kittens, and Hydra, have got a cold. They've got some rhinovirus. Rhinoviruses don't exist. Rah, rah, rah. Cue that. Anyway, whatever. They have, and they're a bit snotty. And Dottie, it was just sitting on me all night. She's on it for 2 nights now. And then she'll just sneeze and then it'll wake me up. And I've been up and all over the place. So, let's read some of the comments. I get and send one through folks for that. Oh, Mike, now if you Jansen, are you a late diagnosed autistic adult? I don't know, Jansen. I say identified now. I don't know if you've noticed me. So I changed that. I changed the strapline. I don't know if anyone's heard me say it. But I used to say, hey friends, my name's Mike. I'm a late diagnosed autistic adult. And now, because I am a late diagnosed autistic adult, I say, hey Mike, hey friends, my name's Mike. I am a late identified autistic adult. Why did I say late identified? That doesn't make sense, but it sort of does make sense. I just saw your latest video. It was fire. Thanks, Sky. It's I'm getting hate from it quite a lot. It's fine. It's not fine, but it's the world, right? It's that crazy place out there. Yeah, right. Poor kitties, yeah. Wet clothes, especially when it's cold. Here in Georgia, only to get colder. Oh yeah, you guys in the US have got a really, really, really powerful thing. Mike's decompressing. Don't mind him. Shame pursuit. Yeah. Sorry if I offended. You're fine. If somebody's not told you regarding autism needs to be called out, that is what I'm going to do. And it's not for want of making content. I have so many video ideas. There's so much I want to do. And what happens is I'm working on something, and then all of a sudden something else comes along. The irony is I never said that telepathy and ESP doesn't exist. I never said that either. That's irony. Autism R Us. TJ, I went to a local craft and arts and shop yesterday, best described as Autism R Us. That is amazing. So they're going to have all the stuff. Thanks very much from Twitch. That's amazing. Jansen, it's 34 days. How many hours? Do I take my autism cake test? I can report positive soon. Jansen, how prepared? I honestly, right? What I would normally say to people, Jansen, is you're not alone, which sounds like a platitude. It sounds bullshit. I had somebody having a go at me the other day for using the word neuroaffirmative, for saying neuroaffirmative. I've actually had a lot of people have a go at me for the word neuroaffirmative. And I think it's because it implies a cognitive bias, which it implies a bias, not a cognitive one. It just means that you're not going to be an asshole. You're not going to be pathological. That's all. That's what neuroaffirmative means. Neuroaffirming. Axolotls on the counter. You have to be properly autistic to look after an axolotl. Axolotls just want to die. Axolotls are like spending their life in sort of like this limbo, just waiting for their ride to heaven, axolotl heaven, wherever it is. Doesn't necessarily need to be that way. It can be anywhere. But axolotls just don't want to hang around. Anyway, Jansen, you're good luck. So what I was normally say is like, you know, you're not alone, but you know that. Invisible hand at sea. Here it is. Available in the merch store. Ow. I swear she does that on purpose. There you go. Hydrate. Remember to hydrate. I hope everybody's got something to hydrate with. It's silly season right now. All right, Wendy Bank. Hello, autistic humans. I'm waiting for a Met in the such, luch, and sleet. What does that mean? You're waiting for the metro? In the... Is it snowing where you are? Jerome, if my daughter's axolotl just died, lived for 8 years or something. Jerome, if I'm sorry, I did not mean to bring unhappy memories, but 8 years is amazing. Like looking after axolotls is so tough. I think I've got too much to do. That things end up not getting done properly, basically. Yeah, sorry, my mind. I'd love a marine tank, but then again, I like the sea. But a marine tank could be warm marine as opposed to green marine. Anyway, ginger herbal tea that qualifies. Adam, have you got any plans for this week apart from the next video on your list? Yes, I do. I'm not sure if I want to share it right now though. Coke Zero, I guess qualifies, although I did have a Coke full fat earlier because I needed the sugar. I haven't left the house in a week. 7 days ago, 8 days ago since I last left the house, which I needed to remedy by actually leaving. That's why I went out today and did things. And I got myself a great big Coke, sugary Coke. Gemma, Michael did a video yesterday talking about a Robbie Williams film and included a film of him talking about his autism and ADHD. I did not know Robbie Williams was in a recent film. He definitely strikes me as very ADHD, like classic ADD, classic ADD. I didn't realize he was autistic too. One of us. I'm probably going to forget that you've made that video. I'm really sorry. I'm terrible at watching YouTube even. But I would like to watch it. So feel free to remind me later. I'll watch it. Aquarium's gonna be a time suck. Yeah, but it's like a Zen thing. So nice, right? Is Metrolink in Metro? Yes, it's leading. Okay, cool. I know the Metrolink. How's everyone doing with the post-Christmas New Year's social hangover versus TOEFL? Yes. There are more of us out there than people think. I think it's probably fair to say. There are a lot of us out there. Scary thought, Elon Musk is also one of us. Stop, Jansen. You see, I made a video about can autistic people be assholes? And it feels like it applies in this situation. I'm watching a thing on British Channel 4 tomorrow night called Patience, an autistic actress playing an autistic character. Good or bad representation? Let's discuss afterwards. Adam, yes. Patience. What? Patience. Amazing. Patience. Okay. Am I going to just like shape a seat? Be pretty sure Trump is autistic as well. Are you sure? Are you sure? I think it's also an interesting point here, which is that I think that environment makes a huge difference. A huge difference is massive. It's completely different, me being here, being comfortable, wiggling about in a socially acceptable way versus, being in polite, neurotypical company, I suppose, or being at work somewhere else, or being in an office, or being, do you know what I mean? And I think if you have the luxury of a lot of money, you can make an awful lot of the things that aggravate what some people call autistic symptoms, but I would prefer to call it just, I don't know. Those things can be made a lot less of an issue, you know? Like, for example, if you hate doing the dishes with your hands, get a dishwasher or marigold gloves. I think that is a terrible example. I think over examples for my videos a lot more than this. But you know what I mean. So I think someone like Elon Musk, for example, doesn't have to. I don't think he's made himself a sandwich in 20 years. Why would he? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, if there's anything that is an issue, he will have optimized that out. That's purely as a function of being very wealthy. Oh, I love dishwashers so much. Do you actually like wash stuff and take it out, or do you just live out of the dishwasher? Because I think if it were just me, I'd probably just live out of the dishwasher. John, exactly, it's billionaire privilege. Yeah, I don't even think you need to get near billionaire. I think it's even less than billionaire. But yeah, it's. And I think that's fair to say for anybody. I put my autism diagnosis on a credit card, and that is in and of itself a privilege to be able to do that. To have a company go, you're credit worthy. Here's a credit facility. Is in some respects a privilege, right? But yeah, it's the billionaire class that have to worry about little, except for whatever their particular interest happens to be, whether it's an all-encompassing, relaxing, I don't mean to say relaxing, but yeah, maybe relaxing, recharging interest. Or not. Trump says all kinds of shit. I wouldn't worry too much about, well, you know, it's kind of like the civil service underneath that will be smashing their heads against walls right now. I don't even think that's stimming. I just think they'll be smashing their heads against walls. I don't enjoy dishwashers and hate washing up. You don't like the technology, Helen. It's amazing. I want dishwashers so much. No space in my flat for one. Chloe, you can get. I'm going to change Chloe's life right now. Is everyone ready? I wish I was Mr. Beast and I could just buy you one. But like, you can get tabletop dishwashers. I shit you not. They are like about the size of like an old record player. I don't know. I've got nothing for it as an example in here. It's about the same size as one. Maybe my light, but I've bolted it to the ceiling. You can get, it won't take much, you know, it will take like 4 cups, 4 dishes, that sort of thing, you know, some cutlery. But you can get a tabletop dishwasher. You can. It's fantastic. It's fantastic. You can get a tabletop dishwasher. I'm sorry to go on about it so much, but I have seen one. I don't have one. I've got a little dishwasher. It's not a big dishwasher, but it doesn't need to be certainly like, you know, like unit size, like that wide maybe. You know, but like get a tabletop one. There you go. Come for the autism. Stay for the monologue about all the stuff in the first 10 minutes, and then stay for dishwasher. Eagle Rider, I'm really well. I haven't seen you in a while. I hope things are going really well with you. Give your kitties kisses for me. You got cute kitties. Toffle is googling tabletop dishwashers. It's like no, seriously. I think this stuff. Something people have been making me think about recently is this idea that modern life is possibly harder than life in the past for autistic people with respect to the daily drudgery of life. And they're probably right, I think, in that we didn't have so much, I don't want to say stimulation, because that can be such a good word, can't it? Even though Alessa didn't want to sponsor me. So yeah, the negative side of it, you know, we've got all this extra sort of stimulation coming in. All this stuff. There's just the whole world, life, everything. I mean, if I go back in time, I'd never even know about all the politics going on in America. I would just be doing something. I don't know what I'd be doing. But you know what I mean? You just end up in this little bubble. You're a fisherman or you're a baker or you've got this thing. And in some respects, it is a happier life. Given all of that, get yourself a tabletop dishwasher. This has been your non-sponsored segment from Not QVC. But if you want one of these to put in your tabletop dishwasher, I wish I could go, you win a tabletop dishwasher. That'd be so cool. But I can't, I'm sorry. Has anyone got their post, by the way? I did go to the post office to post various autistic cats, various things recently. Adam, you're probably not Balessa's target audience, to be frank. What makes you say that, Adam? I wrote them a nice letter. I think they would. I think I could do a really good segment for them. They have sponsored other creators in this niche. Why are we talking about cannibalism? I was talking about sex toys and tabletop dishwashers, and why are you talking about cannibalism? I think the bureaucratic side of life is very difficult for me needing forms. And yes, TOEFL. Yes. Adam, not just Meg, but page layout as well. What's the difference? What's the difference between... I know they're slightly larger. I mean, I don't mean that physically. I mean, they have larger channels, but I don't think that matters, does it? Scott, the most common demographic is, I would say, because you get ranges, but it's like a 35-year-old lady from the United States. That's where I would put my money on. If I could flip a coin. Not flip a coin? No, that's not right, is it? Let's throw a dart in a dartboard. No, that's not right either. Dishwashers, cannibalism, and sex toys go well together. Exactly. Don't put your sex toys in a dishwasher. That's not good. I don't think the seals are designed to cope with that sort of thing. Tanwin, hello. Yeah, I hate admin and all that sort of nonsense, especially if it's frustrating kind of admin. John, if I just had an extremely taxing weekend, isn't difficult for an NT catastrophic from anyone's bicycle brain and need to not exist. Just for a few days, but to do that. I got home like a couple of hours before starting the stream, and I spent an hour just lying in bed. I was listening to Viva Alert League, which is one of my comfort YouTube channels, and I just put on like some random videos from them, and I just sort of lay there in the dark with cats purring and snotting on top of me. That was delightful. But normally, it's just a chance to just sort of lower that excess fizziness and then let it build up again for a life. So that's kind of... But you need 2 days of that. I get it. Sometimes we need a week for it or a month for it, honestly. Yeah. Oh, is solipsistic bovine here? That's Shape of Soup. Yeah, hi solipsistic. I love your name. Yeah, exactly. I just think I've gone 720p. No. This stream should be going out in 1080, but it might be being cut down. Hopefully it's not like 240. Strawberry Hotcake. I love horrible histories. Adam Bainton is my favorite. Oh, damn it. I forgot the name of the guy who's been in some Hollywood films as well with curly hair. And he did a film on the Isle of Man called... I forget what it was. It was a comedy. It was a bit shit, but it was mildly amusing comedy. It had Steve Coogan in it. I forget what it's called. He plays some like sort of like 1980s cop drama on the Isle of Man. That was an interesting... Riot Key, funny, we just got one and it's amazing. Oh, fantastic, Riot Key. I What are we talking about? What did you get? Was it a hydrate mug? Or was it something from the not sponsor? Because we need to ban all conversation. I'm sorry. My mind is slightly broken right now. Eagle Rider, the serial killer thing. and autism is fascinating. Right. Let's do a half-hour break. A 2-minute break. Ads might play. Hang about. I need to pop to the bathroom. Wash my hands. Wash your hands. And I will be right back. But I'm going to leave a poll in the chat. So remember to answer this poll. And it is... I don't know how to write this poll. What do I write? We're talking about like... yeah, hang on. I've got it. Right. That's it. Great. There's a poll. 2 minutes. See you soon. Oh, no, hang on a second. I've got to queue it up. Right. See you in 2 minutes. There's a poll. Answer it. See you soon. 2. Oh. Right. For the sake of argument, that wasn't a bye. It was just I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Let's do it.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, I'll follow golden, golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden. Golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden. I'll follow only golden. Golden things.
I'm not gonna put it past me, like, hang on. This is better. I'm not gonna put it past me having messed something up with the music. Like, it could happen. Oh, hello, Jen. How's it going? For emergency manager, where both of my state and federal deployment. A lot of emergency managers have ADHD. The suspicion. I have that very dark sense of humor. Oh, where are we at with the poll? 2/3 of you are interested in serial killers and disasters and things. That seems to be slightly more than typical, I guess. I mean, I've got zero ability to poll a typical audience. Joey Hotke, you okay, Mike? You sound. I don't know how new you are, Strawberry Hotcake. I know you've made a few streams, but this is just the way I am. This is the unedited Mike. Mike, what was the strange spanking noise during the interval? I have inappropriate responses to that, which remain in my head. What is this dark fascination? I don't know, but it's kind of like a fascination with kind of like tragedies, disasters. You end up sort of, I don't know, like if you found yourself in a big loop of just like watching loads of YouTube videos about, I don't know, something dark, Jack the Ripper, whatever, North Korea, I don't know, but like it might be a thing. That's just me, I'm afraid. I like dark humor, but I don't care for things like murder and stuff like that. Yeah, me too, General Lotta, but there's like places and Depends on the group. Or I would have subscribed and got confused. I don't know what you mean. Where are we at? I'm more interested in video essays about social media disasters than actual ones. I can start those better. Yeah, me too. JPC, it's called Trauma Bike. yeah. Yeah, it's called Trauma. it is. Sorry. What was in my mind just then was, how do I monetize my trauma? There it is. I said it out loud. I'll keep such thoughts to myself in future. Oh, man, I'm literally crying. I'm literally crying. Okay, so in the incense burner today, we have albus oil, which is because the delay of the chat versus the video is stressing me out. I made it as short as I possibly can. Right, Kitty? I think Twitch might be better in terms of timing. Here you go. Well, you can test the delay. Are you ready? You might need to refresh the page, refresh the stream. If you're on YouTube, you can kind of go out back in again, or just press, like, if you're on your phone or whatever, just double tap the right-hand side and just brings you right up to the most recent time. And I'm now going to say something on the screen. How do we do it? I'll read out someone's comment as soon as it happens. The next comment gets read out. Someone say something. Why are you all leaving me like this? Someone say something. Toffel, hello. Salem appears to be obsessed with today with spring onions. Eagle Rider laughing. Something to shape Steve. There you go. So now you can like go, how far behind am I? Because you've just seen me read the messages coming in, and then you can see what delay is. It should be basically no delay because I've set this to be. Now, the reason why the stream is in like 720p or 1080p is because I'm using YouTube's lowest latency, like as fast as possible. 7 message delay summary, something. Refresh your page. Leave and come back. Okay, no, it's not Old Spice. Right, no, it's this. It's I've never heard of this before in my life. It's Cajuput oil. Cajuput oil. Cajuput. 18.5% clove oil. Eucalyptus oil. Juniper berry oil. Menthol. Some other stuff. Mint. There you go. That's what that is. Okay. Basically eucalyptus. Brian Murphy. 2/3 of the people in here have got dark minds. That's what you need to know. That's the information that you caterpillar oil. We have any oil. Reincarnated. Can't connect today, and I don't feel like I belong here. Have a lovely time. Plutonium lolly. See you later. Take care. Literally, give yourself whatever time you need, eh? Eagle Rider. I use oils all the time, but I refuse to use them in the same room as a cat, so I use them in the office. So, depending on the oil, depending on what sort of oil we're talking about, this is used in catteries to help cats with, as part of any sort of respiratory issue management. Phenobarbital is often used, which is why it's on the go at the moment. Brittany Daniels gives us a fantastic example of the darkness. Most ones help me medically are not good for the kiddies. Yeah, I get it. Jansen, wait, spankidosis oil. The fuck is going on here tonight? What do you mean? Oh, look, I don't see of course why you're soon. Take care, Jordan. Vicks Vapor Rub in a bowl of boiling water, tea towel over your head. It really clears sinuses. It does, and stings the eyes. Michael B, playing games today after the show. Indeedy doody. We're doing an after party afterwards, but that's not for a bit yet. Yeah, we're doing an after party with some games. I don't know if you can hear me drink. I'm trying to like. Mike, do you have a dark mind? I have everything. Basically, I think it's fair to say. I could enjoy like a dark podcast or show or whatever. A lot of the shows like Nina and I will watch together are quite dark. And that's it. I don't read a lot of fiction except for why does his name escape my mind? What is wrong with my brain? Do I have worms eating holes in my head? I'm gonna have to go and grab a book. What is wrong with my brain? There are levels of dark way beyond the true crime stuff. Yeah, this is true, Brian. Yes, leftover pizza. Ooh. Kajiput is from Malay. I didn't understand everything else that you wrote. But yes, I feel like I should know, but I don't. No, I've seen the Netflix show. Toffel says, should I make pasta? I think so. The answer to making pasta is always yes. The cool thing about pasta as well is if you make it and you make too much, or you feel like you don't really fancy it, is you can like chuck it in the fridge. You can even freeze it and microwave it. It's not quite the same afterwards, but more or less inoffensive is pasta. And if you go, oh, I don't like this, I've really messed this up, or I put a sauce on it and I don't like it, or it's too tangy or whatever, you can just go, okay, never mind, I've got extra. And also it's quite cheap. So like the answer to shall I make pasta is pretty much yes. Pretty much yes all the time. Me too. Do any of you ever feel like do any of you ever feel like, I don't know, it's a bit amplified for me because of the YouTube, but my sister's using it every time we talk on the phone. I'm making pasta with cheese. Yeah, pasta with cheese is great. I like pasta with cheese. I like pasta with butter. And I was going to say, like, I heard Meg say in one of her videos that she likes pasta with butter. And I also know she's vegan. So I'm like, do you mean like pasta with like flora? Or because no palm oil, probably. I don't know, maybe. And she's like, yeah. Yeah, me too. I don't know if it's an autism thing. It's definitely not an ARFID thing. But like sometimes just pasta with butter or a bit of salt maybe, or just some seasoning. Or if you don't have cheese, you can put cheese in it. Pasta and cheese just works really, really well. Obviously, macaroni and cheese is like super popular, especially in the States, right? You're like you guys, you should like macaroni and cheese just seems super popular. It should have more cultural. It should have more cultural gravitas, I think. Macaroni and cheese, especially in the US. Like you guys should be like, it's macaroni and cheese today. Maybe you have a macaroni and cheese day. I don't know. But yeah, I would go a little bit. Jansen, that is even better. Oh, Jansen has just gone like a little bit extra. Gnocchi with pepper and butter is, yeah. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Lots of butter. Yeah, a bit of pepper, a bit of salt, but yeah. Yes. That's what you put on when like, I don't know. Like, I was going to say like the Queen comes to visit, but she's dead. No, like, do you know what I mean? Like that's like, rice and cheese is better. Anyone puts my hands on me and I'm fighting before I know what's happened. Yeah, exit. That's caused problems for me in the past. Unexpected touches. But like, I mean, you know, you have to define what an unexpected touch is, right? Unexpected hand in the no-no area. No, like for guys, there's an awful lot of kind of like shoulder touching, maybe like a back touch or something. And if you don't know where it's coming from, it's a bit of an issue. And people might think that John Blood, I've just seen the chat, sorry, I will try and catch up with everyone in a second, but like gnocchi, I don't even know how to say it. I think it said gnocchi or gnocchi or something. Just try it. I feel like it's autism friendly. I'm trying to find a good gluten-free pasta now because regular stuff and bread makes me sick. Jansen, you should chat to Wendy. Wendy's like culinary extraordinaire, and she's gluten-free. In fact, if anything, I'm like, I want more gluten in my stuff. So I'll have like a mince pie and it'll be like, it's a gluten-free mince pie and it's all crumbly. And it's like, I just put some gluten in it for me, please. I need gluten just for the texture. Like gluten-free bread, I just find like, if you get gluten-free sliced bread in our local, well, Tesco's, I was going to say like our local shop, it's Tesco. Yeah, you go there and it's like a gluten-free bread and it's crumbly. Like if you try and spread butter on it, it just breaks into a billion pieces. It's just like sand. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, Jansen. Yeah, I'm sorry. I just have to have gluten. Like in pizza as well. I've made gluten-free pizza and it's not been successful. Yeah, TJ, there you go. Exactly. Yeah, high gluten flour pizza. Yeah, because the gluten is what creates that like protein kind of strandy kind of thing. I've missed a lot of the chat. If anybody was like trying to write something for me to read, can you send it again? I don't know. I love kneading pasta. I make great gnocchi. Strawberry hot cake makes great. Yes. So all my pasta is like store-bought pasta because I don't need the extra demand. I don't need the extra step. But yeah, I completely get it. I get why people would make pasta, especially when you make the pillowy ones with stuff inside. There's a special interest for some autistic person right there. You'll make a lot of money if you go commercial with your pasta skills. You could even do just like pasta and butter. Right, I'm reading the chat from the most recent one up. I'm not trying to avoid anyone, I'm just saying. Try to eat less carbohydrates for partner sugar illnesses, like mentioned spaghetti. There's a brand of pasta called it's made for pulses. A type of pulse pasta, nice. Ravioli, Amber, yes, that's the thing I'm thinking of. Yes, ravioli. Who is the famous author? You will all know the answer to this. Whose name begins with an S. Why can't I think of it? There's a whole load of his books next door. I could literally just stand up, take 3 steps, and have his name. He's ghost written as well, and we've got some of his ghost written books, and I can't remember his name. The Shining, Christie, Stephen King. Thank you all. Please tell me this isn't just me. I used to have complete control over my mind. Like I could recall stuff so fast, and now it'd be like shit. Stuff is missing. Richard Bachman, yeah. That's it. Stephen King is, yeah. I like Stephen King's books. Don't make me feel bad. Yeah, and Richard Bachman as well. He wanted to know if he could still have success as a complete unknown, and lo and behold. Yeah, The Shining. Complete control, once no brain full of scars and damages unknown. Yeah. But like Eagle Rider, I mean, like, it's a rare occurrence for me when I'm not tired. Like, when I'm not tired, I can recall things really, really well. I have really, really good recall. But then when I get tired, I start losing the ability to recall stuff. I can have his book in my bag, a physical book, and I just cannot remember the name of the author. I do know the name of the author. I can picture in my brain what the book looks like and what the author's name looks like on the spine. I can picture it all. But when I'm tired, I struggle to recall that. I'm anemic, I get that, yeah. And it's down to like energy levels, and that's one of my clues as to like, okay, Mike, put off the accelerator a bit, just like back off a bit. That's one of my clues, because another clue is my heart rate. But yeah, I've got really good recall when I'm well rested, and when I haven't, it's like I don't have a good analogy for this or a good allegory for it. I was going to go to Dungeons and Dragons again, but like it's stuff that I should be able to recall, and it's kind of a bit of a horror for me, which is like, obviously it's that sort of like exam anxiety where it's like, oh shit, I'm going to have a dream where numbers are chasing me or whatever. But it's like right, okay, I can't picture anything aphantasia. That's more common than you think. I mean, I can't picture stuff super vividly, and I can't, my arts is terrible. I can't draw, and it's not just a label I'm putting on myself to put myself down or whatever. It's just like my drawing is not that good. Like, as in, it's like on a scale of 0 out to 10. My drawing is on par with like a 7-year-old. That's kind of where my art abilities are. I'll be frank with you all. When I started live streaming, some of you gave me some super chats, and I used my very first super chat money to buy Procreate Dreams. And it's basically like, Procreate is basically like, I don't know, it seems to be the most popular drawing application, but Dreams is their animating version of that. And it's like, I can picture it. I can picture things, but then I can't draw them. And then I try to draw, and it's like, no, it's always wrong. You can't be Frankie, Mike, exactly. Don't call me Shirley. But like, I watched a video, and I'm sorry I can't tell you who it was. I watched a video. It was from it was like one of the small, very small story time type YouTuber. It wasn't animated. It was just slides, but they were hand drawn slides. And it was a female creator, and she was talking about having aphantasia, and she's a professional artist. Oh, here you go. This will help you narrow it down. She was one of the creators who made a collaboration with The Odd Ones Out. And I'm pretty sure I've got the pronoun right. I'm pretty sure it's she. Yeah. And she has aphantasia and can't picture stuff, but is an artist. So it's like the two things don't necessarily go together. But then again, I also wonder, all of this conversation about aphantasia, and I first heard about it from Quinn, Autistic. And all this conversation about aphantasia just makes me think, why can't I see things more vividly? Why can't I? It's not Jaden, nope. It was not Jaden. Not Jaden, Chris, nope. It's another one. But there was a big collaboration with The Odd Ones Out where loads of different artist creators created little segments of one of his videos. There you go. And I'm really sorry, I genuinely don't know. This isn't an example of my recall or whatever. This is just, I just don't know. I didn't pay much attention, I'm afraid. I just went, oh, a video on aphantasia. I'll have a watch of that. From someone I've never heard of before, and I still don't know who it is. Surely you can't be serious. Yes, I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Yeah. I like the Naked Gun films. They're funny. My parents wouldn't let me watch them, though. I had to watch. I don't know why. I don't know why. I don't think. I mean, my parents are kind of conservative, but not like, they're not conservative. Not, I mean, my mum isn't, but my dad isn't either. He has never voted conservative. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why my parents wouldn't let me watch Naked Gun. I'll have to ask them. Good morning, Pardalo. I see stuff in my mind, but not vividly. Yeah, Helen, I can picture an entire flow chart in my mind. And I can think about, if I close my eyes, I can think about a scene about being on holiday. I can think about scuba dives I've been on really vividly, actually. I was, And I practice visualization before I go diving. It depends on the dive, right? Like if it's just like a shore dive or whatever, who the fuck, whatever. But like if it's a complicated dive with actual stages, if it's a staged dive, like with multiple cylinders and so on, if it's a staged one, then I think about the steps. I sit still and I think through everything. I think through what's going to happen and where I'm going to be and what I'm going to be feeling or whatever. Yeah, I visualize. And Shirley's airplane. Yes, you're right. You're right. And I did get to see Airplane. That was okay. I like Police Squad TV series better. Me too. I got to watch Police Squad. I can't draw stuff. Like, I find recollection improves linearly with interest. Yes. Yeah, it depends how much time you spent focusing on something. Okay, that sounds. I've got a tip here, Papaski. If you need gluten, try this. Make pitta. I mean, when I say I need gluten, it's like a textured thing. I really dislike gluten-free, but it can work. I think I had gluten-free Wendy bread, and the Wendy bread was nice. That didn't like disappear into sand. That was worked. But most of the gluten-free stuff I've had is not. I remember gluten-free cherry bakewells. Yeah. Make pitta, use wholemeal flour and water, make a patty, pan fry in a small amount of spray olive oil, and then toast in your wheat. Nice. I'll have to try. What's Wendy bread? Wendy bread is bread made by Wendy. Wendy bread is literally bread made by Wendy in the chat. Sorry, Jonathan. That's what Wendy bread is. Oh, I didn't turn my notifications off. I'm sorry if I've made anyone jump. That's Discord. I normally quiet my notifications. It's okay. It's okay, everyone. I just need to just do a do not disturb on. They're good, nice. I've had gluten-free vegan mince pies this Christmas. They're good. A lot of mince pies are vegan. Like the one, sometimes egg is used in the pastry. Sometimes it's just used as an egg wash. Like a lot of the pastry in the shops, like in Tesco's and just the UK supermarkets anyway, is vegan, but like accidentally vegan. It just so happens to be like type of vegan butter that's not dairy based. But the mince meat, why is it called meat? I mean, we had this conversation before. I now know. But that's just spices and fruits. I have a bottle of gluten-free, non-GMO organic salt. Salt is gluten-free though. You're confusing me, TJ. GMO. Like the sea salt is like sea salt. Right, okay. I remember saying how annoying it is that memories are dark, black and white, and all blurred out, and being met with utter confusion. Here's one for you. I think of. Okay, I'll do it without trauma dumping. But if I think back into the past and I think about some situations which have been quite traumatic, I can't visualize everything now as well as I used to be able to. Nina and I talk about it as like a looking at things through a black and white photo or a black and white film. Kind of how it appears now. Some of the memories that are utterly some memories that are like utterly vivid and impactful now just feel almost like black and white imagery. Does that make sense? Right, Kitty? Sorry. Hello, Dave. Hello, Dave. Did I say this name right? Theobald? Is that correct, Dave Theobald? How's it going, lovely videos? We're going very well, thank you. And thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. I'm afraid. Sorry, say shape of soup down here. I'm afraid I can't let you do that, Dave. That's Hal, isn't it? I'm afraid I can't let you do that. Exit. Okay. Right, I've got chat here, but only like the last few messages. And when the chat's going reasonably quickly, and I'm just looking over here. That's the eye contact thing. There's no eye. Like, for me, I can see the camera's there. It's just a webcam because my camera's over there now because that's what I'm using for my YouTube video. So it's not eye contact, right? But I look away to think. It's just about thinking. It's just a thinking thing. Yeah. Your mileage may vary. My black and white kitty baby girl is batting at your hair on the monitor mic. Eagle Rider. Wait there. Okay, here we go. How many people's cats can I get? I'm sorry if this is like a little bit fluffy. It's just come from a cat bed. The shape of soup, what is happening? I'm playing with a cat. Isn't it obvious? I'm playing with an autistic cat's cat. I thought that was I thought that was clear. Papaski, Himalayan salt lamp next to bed, face like a horse first thing in the morning, tongue sticking to the lamp. came up with the idea to be lamps of salt. Why are you licking a salt? Why are you licking the salt lamp? Why are you licking the salt lamp? Why are you licking the salt lamp? That is utterly bonkers. Okay, hang on. Okay, there you go. That's more YouTube friendly now. As in, like, is it pride or is it just colourful? And pride is fine. Like, I went last year during Pride Day, I went out to the shops and I wore my happy hoodie, which is my colourful, very pride coloured. It's a cat vomiting a rainbow, very colourful thing. And people were talking to me, like, because it was Pride. It was very confusing. Because I wasn't aware of what I was wearing. How do I explain this? I was wearing it at home and then I just went out. Does that make sense? I was wearing it at home and then I went out without really thinking about what I was looking like. Do any of you do that? So, not that I wouldn't wear it outside. It's just like, I probably wouldn't have worn it outside if I'd have known it was Pride. I don't know what the term ally is, but I very much consider myself an ally. There's no, I don't think I need to justify myself here. I'm just saying. And then I went out and people were like, lots of people were talking to me and it's very, very unusual. I mean, I live on an island, so, you know, people, you know, talk anyway, but this was like, it was Pride. People were out priding. So it can be a Pride thing or not. It's just colourful. Right. I have that rainbow infinity symbol on a diamond art and it's straight up hilarious, but people will see the other. Okay. Rainbow, I spent all day doing that with ramen. This is for the cats, obviously. Jansen, I have an Autism Rainbow Infinity badge. People keep asking me if I'm gay. Just say to them, what are you suggesting? Right. Oh, sure, I have not been having a good day. It's like the headache version of the game. I'm not sure what you mean by the game, but I understand what not having a good day is, and I hope your day improves. Yeah, baby girl battered out here for a while and laid down around and went to sleep. Oh, that's so sweet. Sorry. Brittany Daniels. I can use that as a cat toy with my Maine Coon mixed bred cat. Named Sachimo. I remember Sachimo. Because if it was... sorry. Brittany Daniels. I don't normally... Sometimes I love spelling mistakes when they go wrong. What is a Maine Coon mixed bred cat? Does I want one? What's a Maine Coon mixed bred cat? Does it have like nuts and raisins in it? 31 minutes. Yeah. The game equals, when you think about the game, you lose the game. Oh, right. Okay. Okay. I shall. I have a few things to remember. I've been thinking about getting a neurodiversity pride flag, the one with the rainbow infinity symbol on a gold background. That is not a flag I've ever heard of, but cool. Do it. Do it. I think people understand like I don't know, like, like the whole symbol thing, right? Because some people like the puzzle piece, but and that's fine if that's your thing. I'm very much with the UK National Autistic Society on dropping that shit before I was born. I'm not sure if they did drop it before I was born. Yeah, no, I think they still had it. No, I need to go check the date again. No, I think they still had it actually. And sorry everyone, didn't mean to smack you all in the face like that. But nobody had the puzzle piece for a few years, and then Autism Speaks picked it up. Concrete Jungle, it is snowing, yeah. The psychologist told me as a white male, your autism does not qualify as a minority. I wish you could. I lost it. Right, I have to look over here now. I have to look this way on the chat. Hang on a second. I can do this. And then I have to do the thing. The rainbow fingerprint that Caitlin talks about. Yes, I'm thinking about the Caitlin's video now, Jensen. Yeah. Where it's like we all want something different. And that is to be expected. Because herding autistic people is like herding cats. Trust me on this. Trust me, bro. Because I'm still thinking about that bred cat. I'm so sorry, everyone. The mixed Maine Coon. I know what you're saying. I know what you meant to say. And I'm really terribly sorry that I didn't read the rest of your message, because like Maine Coon mixed bred cat is literally the funniest thing in the world. And I need to see that in art. I need somebody who's super artistic to draw me a Maine Coon mixed bred cat. So in the cupboard, I've got, for those lazy days, I've got a couple of bags of like small bags, like bread mix. Helen, help me out here. You know what I'm talking about. Bread mix. Like you just dump it in the bread machine, put water in, and then press a button, and then later, like and a couple of hours later, you've got bread. And it's like that. And it's like I've got like one with white bread, and I've got wholemeal bread, and then I've got like bread with bits in. And I just feel like one of those bags with like Maine Coon ears as a mixed bread cat. I just think that's amazing. And also, the cats, when it's cold, tuck everything in and become loaves. They literally tuck their feet in, they swing their tail around, and look up like this, and they just look like it's so funny. I'm so sorry. I'm sure we're all talking about something different now, but Jansen, the only animal I can think of right now is a flying frog on a damn lily pad. It's a toad, Jansen. It's not a frog. Tell you what. I will go this far, okay? From what you've told me/us, I don't think being asked to make up that story is in your future. But if it is, give it a go. I'm thinking of doing the Tuesday. This is the Tuesday by David Weisner, and I've got the book. I bought it on Kindle. It's just a series of pictures. It looks AI or AI, so that's how we know it's not AI. This is the future we're going into now. Is it AI or not? It does look like AI. And the toads, there is a bit of a story involving the emergency services, and there is a lot of floating. I do like the side profile with the toads on the lily pads, the flying frogs. But yeah, it's a test for children. And I'm currently trying to get myself a copy of the ADOS, but the licensing is extremely expensive, but I'm not planning on paying for it. It's not that I'm asking a man with one leg or anything, but I would like to know how, with respect to the ADOS, and I know it's a module intended for children, but I'd like to know how the flying frog stuff is validated with respect to the diagnostician's interview. Yeah, because adults have a diagnostic interview. There's different types of diagnostic interviews, but it's a diagnostic interview. Mine was a disco. Lorna Wing et al. But there are other diagnostic interviews. But obviously with children, you can't diagnostic interview a child. Sorry, I'll stop now. What have I done? Hey, Ashley, how's it going? Mike with cat ears is so cupcake. This is not the vibe I was looking for, but I'll take it. Right. Helen, I know exactly what you mean. Mini packs of bread mix. Yes. I think it's vital to have one or two. We've currently got 3, I think, packs of bread mix in, because sometimes you really don't want to fucking go, but you really need some bread. And for you, with a large tribe of humans, this is, I imagine this is more essential than for us over here. Yeah, it's nice to have it in. The shape of soup is getting a tattoo. I'm scrolling. I've never seen packs of bread mix. Toff, I didn't notice the cat ears were back. Yes, they're back. I should get a variety of cat ears. I think they work with the hair. I think they work with the hair. Actually, I've been better. I'm sorry. Look, if it's any help, if it helps, I guess. I don't know if it's helpful or not, but yeah, I'm not having an amazing time at the moment either. And it's hard to explain. Yeah, Ben's very well with the cat ears. Thank you. Yeah, first good with cat ears. Mike, how'd you handle headbands for long periods of time? Jonathan, have you tried headbands for long periods of time? So this is actually so comfortable that I left them on. And this was after the Christmas live streams where I wore them for hours and hours and hours. And then Nina's like, you should take them off, like give your head a rest. And I'm like, what do you mean? Take what off? And I think it's because my hair is kind of like padding them out. So they're actually so comfortable. Does that make sense? I'll probably end up going out with them on. That could happen. That could happen. Isn't the toad thing supposed to be something about not being able to imagine stuff? Yeah, it is. I'm not being for that test, but the girls both went ADOS too. Helen, that makes sense for them. That makes sense. I think, you see, I don't actually know. This is my point. I don't know. And I'm not Mr. Autism guide here. Well, guide maybe, but like not really a guru or whatever. I don't know everything. And I don't know the purpose of the Tuesday book. I don't know the purpose of the Matchbox cars and the matchsticks. I don't know why matchsticks, why Matchbox cars. other brands are available. I don't know why those are in a bag. I brought along my own Matchbox cars and went, do you want me to play with these and line them up? So like, they were like, you can, use comfort items or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck's a comfort item? Some people like to have a plushie with them or something. And I'm like, oh, right. Oh, okay. Do they? Like, how do I describe it? This big plushy cat predates. Plushy Ray is Squishmallow Ray is over there, Ellen, over there on the windowsill. Plushy cat. Like I say, plushy cat, and my other collection of stuffies predates my autism diagnosis. In fact, my duck predates my birth. Actually, the duck was with me in an incubator when I was born, and so yeah, it's just like, would I imagine that people have, like, at the time, it's hard to think back in time with the knowledge that you have now and pretend you didn't have the knowledge now back then. Do you know what I mean? If time travel were possible, we would never know what it was like to live in the 1950s, because none of us have 1950s brains. We've all heard of, internet, ubiquitous electricity. Right. I'm going to come around and organize your bookshelf. Oh, we were searching for one of Nina's cards and everything got messed up a bit. It needs a bit of tidying. It does. Concrete Jungle, yesterday was divorce day. Congrats or not. I did a silly dance. There is film of it. No, I don't think I'm going to share it. It's a bit of a weird moment, actually, to be honest. When you can imagine the 2 times in my life when I've had a bit of paper and just felt like, okay, now I've got the paper, now what? One of them was divorce paperwork, because that's like, oh, you haven't even printed it on nice paper. This has come off a fucking HP LaserJet. Like, put some 160 GSM paper, please, and stamp it with some wax seal off a big fucking ring. And I felt the same way about my autism diagnosis paperwork as well. Because I'm like, this is printed. My autism diagnosis paperwork was printed on color paper. There you go. That was actually on nice color letterheaded paper. Whereas my the divorce one is just it's like, wow, that's something. So yeah, 13 years marriage. Wow. Sorry if I've just derailed everyone, because I'm just scrolling now. So satisfying to say, I'm sorry. Is the shelf bothering you? Because I could do it now if you want. Jenny K, you don't have a 1949 brain because you now know. You're on a live stream right now. And if you did a time travel, they don't know what that is. Like, you know stuff now. I have a 1950s brain. I have a 1963 brain. Oh. I'd go back into the 70s and get big into disco. Fair enough. Yeah, that works. That works. Not my divorce, just the day after Christmas, people file for divorce. Yes. Yes. Yes, this is true. Family lawyers must be doing so well in January. So much stress in January for people. I can only imagine. And then obviously, like, even just like the big impact of change, everything changing is just something else, you know. It's so much to manage and go through. It's so important to have a support network. I can't emphasize that enough. My divorce papers were emailed. Oh wow, okay. I'm going to put some of my drawings and paintings on the art tab on the server. Do it, Eagle Rider. The art channel is not one I've been in very much, so I'll have to hop on and catch up. Actually, that is quite a good thing, you know. So I avoided Feral Memes, our memes channel, for ages because I was going to make a video. Didn't. And now there's like hundreds of memes to look through at some point. But I have to not go there because I like to look at them and go, okay. And like sometimes I'm laughing and then sometimes there'll be one and it's like, all right. Or one will be like a bit too close to home or something. I demand a glittery birth certificate. Yes, Papa Ski. In fact, birth certificates are quite nice, generally speaking. Yeah, like my degree, I think was printed on nice enough paper. It's almost card, you know, paper. And it's a bit glittery. But I don't feel like it was worth the money. I love Meg's ones. Meg's what, Jonathan? Earrings? Please do a meme video. Oh, meme video. Sorry, my bad. I'm sorry. The chat. Yeah, I have done some. There are some on the channel. There is a playlist called Memes and Fun Videos. If you click that, you'll get all the memes videos I've done so far. What degree do you have? So Brian, I have a degree from the University of Surrey in computer science. Honours degree. It's so I think we have a wedding certificate from Taiwan. That is cool. That's kind of cool. Free Taiwan, etc. Exit 101. I love Megan's voice. Meg does this so well. Okay. We got all of the love for Meg in here. Yeah, tons of Meg love. Meg is pretty cool. She does well. She has a lot going on in her world. Meg has had a very busy year. The singing? Meg doesn't have a tea fairy. Well, Meg has a Lewis that cooks amazingly. Nina? Meg has a Lewis that cooks. Esmeralda, hello. I don't know how long have you been out? How long have this is true, Meg does not have a tea fairy. Lewis isn't a tea fairy, but he's a dinner fairy. I don't know watch videos about specific issues. Toffle, does anyone want to be my tea fairy? Where is your sister, Toffle? Jonathan? I'm trying to draw in my head. Looks amazingly, but baking soda pizza. He's had some fails. Yeah, had some fails. I'm sorry, I'm just reading the chat. That's what it's like. It's baking us all free cat bread. I think Brittany Daniels should do it. Brittany Daniels, no accommodations at all. I was at uni. I lived with my parents for most of it and commuted in. For a small part of it, towards the end, I didn't. It was obviously way before my autism diagnosis, 20 plus years before. It was when I graduated. Graduated in 2002. There were a lot of neurodivergent people on the course. I would probably say a quarter of them were really into trains. We need a code word. It had a high dropout rate. It was really popular the first year, and by the second year, it was about half. Harriet, can I wear fairy wings? Yes, you can. Esmeralda made of cat. Esmeralda, it's because Brittany Daniels mentioned that she has a Maine Coon mixed bred cat, and it's just my mind is just picturing packets of cat bread mix. Who gets to wear Jiggly Poppers 24/7? The profession with the highest percentage of autistic people is doctor. Probably. I found that the whole medical stuff was a bit more of a, I don't want to get political, but it was quite a class divide. So a lot of the people studying medicine had come from very wealthy families. I don't know that they wanted to study medicine. I have a box of 20 fairy wings. We could have a fairy tea party. 20 fairy wings. That's a lot. Most of my uni friends are autistic. Yeah. Harriet, I would say that probably about my college friends. I think they're all very neurodivergent. No question. Take my headphones off and put them back on to hear about bread counts again. You have to stay with us. Bread cat disappeared for a bit. I think we were talking about Meg for a while. This lucky whale, which programming language is best? It depends entirely on what it is. And also, I would say it's the one you're most familiar with. And that literally is the answer, unfortunately, to the question. It completely depends, and it totally depends on the platform as well. So, like, if you're building large-scale enterprise software in business, so you're building line of business applications, then it's going to be the .NET framework, which means that you've got a choice of languages and you'll probably choose C#. But then don't forget databases have their own query languages as well. All the slight variations. So yeah, like it's literally just about almost like what are you most familiar with? But after a while, that debate sort of fades away into whatever is being used. Now has to be your new favorite programming language. Like you've got no choice in the matter, really. And sometimes it's really frustrating. You'll end up getting stuck on something that you'll know, bugger, I could do this in 5 minutes in insert preferred language here. And you have to figure out how to do it. And then it gets even more complicated as well when you're working with clients, for example, who I not long finished a project for a very large minerals company. It's under NDA, so I can't talk about it too much. But what I can say is the technology was no third-party libraries. And a lot of their factory equipment still used serial RS-232. And I haven't touched serial RS-232 in what, I don't know, 10 years, 15 years probably. The last time I used it was when I wrote a driver for my telescope mount, an ASCOM driver for my telescope mount. And I'm back to doing serial again, serial programming. And they wanted no third-party libraries because they wanted to own all of the IP. They wanted 100% of the IP. So it's like, okay, no open source libraries, no nothing, bugger. Other people have solved this problem before, and I'm going to have to resolve it, rebuild the wheel from scratch, just because you don't want to have any third-party libraries. So yeah, you end up with problems like that too. And we'll talk about these all at some point. We'll start leaving the chat because I've gone. Toffel, I can put subtitles on. I used to do my live streams with subtitles. I had subtitles on screen. I will get around to doing all of that again at some point. I've ended up in a little bit of a rut, streaming through Restream. Oh, Yannick, write your own XML parser, for instance. I've done this so many times. I genuinely mean that. I have literally done this so many times. And it's like, why can't we? And there'll be some stupid reason. And it's like, okay. I've even had people writing regexes, which are like regular expressions. They're a type of almost sort of pseudo-mathematical expression for parsing data. And it's mind-boggling. It really is mind-boggling. It's a parse XML. And it's like, but there's a thing I can do this in like dot. Nope. All right. So we can do the tech one at some point. Russell Cannon. Yeah, you can do it using something slightly more modern as well. MySpace is fun. Oh, Pardlo, load of butterflies. You had to be friends with Tom. Who's Tom? Oh, creating a MySpace. Oh, Tom. Yeah, there was also somebody made a MySpace worm. It was super popular at the time, which basically added itself as a friend and then sort of almost recommended itself to other people. And it just spread across MySpace, just dominating, became the most popular profile. Imagine having to befriend Musk to join X. Well, Concrete Jungle. If you do join X, it'll recommend that you follow Musk, and his profile is artificially boosted, which I find a shame. I have regular conversations with people about the Musk stuff, but yeah, off topic, I think, for another time. If it brushes with autism, we can talk about it, or I'll talk about it. Paul Dugas, I'm not a fan of regex. I've obviously got libraries of code, and I've got notes of regexes to use for doing different things. And I happen to have them like a wizard looking through his spellbook. But regex is not, doesn't work for me. Yeah, I remember his profile picture, so funny. Yeah. Brittany, I just get out of the free YouTube app and get it off my screen by moving up with my fingers to the right hand and then open the free YouTube app. What song goes since I wouldn't play? Oh, that's interesting. What device are you using, Brittany? Yeah, Musk has said he's autistic. This is true. I don't doubt it. Regarding his he has a lot of traits, a lot of obvious character traits. In the same way that we could have this conversation about people in the past. We could say, I want to say Einstein, but I don't want to use Einstein and Musk in the same sentence. but like, there are people, the list of observable autistic character traits, maybe that's a video. 50 autistic character traits you know and 50 you don't. I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't think there's 50 that you don't, but you know what I mean. You got to do the listicles sometimes. Don't feel bad if I do a listicle. I'm sorry. I don't know why they're so popular. I have no idea why listicle is so popular. 5 things you didn't know about autism. in 2025. Okay, I'll stop. I'll stop. I won't clickbait you, but I just hate that everything has to be, I don't know. If you can make a point in 5 minutes, just make a 5-minute video, but then YouTube won't show it to anyone. No one will see it. And then yeah. He's been grabbed by the listicles. Yes. I might come back for the after party. Yeah, definitely, Toffle. The after party won't be long. I might use it. Brittany, what'd you go? iPad Air 5th generation tablet with the YouTube app that's been updated. You might also, by the way, have to uninstall the YouTube app and reinstall it. So I have to do that sometimes. I like to listen to YouTube videos in the background. So for example, on my phone, which is an iPhone, I will open a YouTube video and then I'll switch my phone off, put it in my pocket, and it will just play. There will be sounds emanating from my pocket as I'm doing the laundry or something. But sometimes that stops working and I have to literally delete the app and then reinstall it. In the butt. There are subtle traits that only autistic people can see themselves. Yeah, I think like the subtle ones, which are supposed to be, identified during things like a diagnostic interview and via evidence that you sort of email in or whatever, just provide. Say, for example, a diagnostician, if it's a formal diagnosis, self-diagnosis is valid, self-identification is valid. I'm happy to have that conversation with anyone at any time with respect to how much energy I have. I don't like having these conversations one-on-one, by the way. I have a lot of people say to me, self-diagnosis isn't valid, but they'll like send me an email with just that in it or something. And it's like, okay, well, thank you for that. Just delete, just moving on. I can have a lot of these conversations are much better to have, I think, together, but I can't have like to have like a one-on-one conversation with somebody about self-diagnosis. If I open my email right now, there'll be anti-vaxxing stuff in there. Because I seem to have an awful lot of I don't know. I'm just a bit sort of, it's not depressing. It's like a few YouTube comments, people have said, why don't other YouTubers talk about this? And they do actually, by the way, some of the YouTubers do talk about stuff. In fact, Meg is actually a really good example of someone that will take a topic and draw it to its natural conclusion, and it may not be a positive thing. But yeah, I can't believe how many. I just feel like if I made a video and said I'm wrong about autism and vaccines, I have seen the light and everything is terrible. Then I think it'd be like a 1 million view video, that type of thing. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, why? I don't know why culture has suddenly gone like this. I don't get it. It blows my mind. It blows my mind entirely. Something he's autistic. Yeah, totally. I'm happy to argue the point about self-identification being valid 1 billion times over. I'm happy to have this conversation with anyone, but sort of not saying like publicly, like, oh, I'll make your stuff public, but like, this is a conversation that needs to be had like wider. Take care, Eagle Rider. And try some of your fancy essential oils. I just have the off-the-shelf stuff. I just have nice smelling things. No actives in them. I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, but look, you didn't tune in today to listen to a guy with a pink sweater and cat ears say 50 times. I get that, but I'm trying to be a bit gentle about it, I guess. Autism, the whole autism awareness thing, right? It doesn't have a gender. It doesn't have a color, it sort of does, or multicolored, blah, blah, blah. But like, it doesn't really have a political bias. And I said, I called it a year ago, but I wasn't the only one to call it. It definitely wasn't me. Other people were calling it too. And the thing is that autism seems to be, you could argue, by the way, oh, it's quite good because you've now got lots of stuff you can make YouTube content about. But I don't want to be making content about that shit all the time. Once a month, that feels like the right cadence. Please, anti-vaxxers, do something once a month. That would be fine. I can cope with that. Not every fucking week. But like, just there's no, it's not a political thing. Autism is not political. And I had a few trans people reach out to say, kind of almost like get used to it, because we've had the politics, and being trans isn't a political thing insofar as being autistic isn't political either, but it's becoming political. And I'm not trying to put anyone off. I'm quite aware that every time I live stream, people unsubscribe. If I look through my YouTube studio, every single live stream has negative subscriber count. It'll be like views, watch time, subscribers. Subscribers is like minus integer. It's like a negative. It's a negative integer. It's all minus. People see my live streams and go, "Fuck this, I'm out of here." But I still do them because there is value. Because because it's not about subscribers. And the same thing also with regard to my video content. I have had a few people message me that have been very unhappy with some of my videos, and that's not on me. I'm terribly sorry, and I'm genuinely not going out to offend people, and sometimes if you find that a space isn't working for you, I guess don't like a YouTuber or videos or you don't like if I don't like the shows on the BBC, I just don't watch them. I watch something else. I do that. But this is definitely, people do unsub during live streams, Brian. Yeah. Ashley, how do you do sub solo streams? I'll put together a montage, okay, with all of the things. I'll do it. I'll put together a montage. I don't know under what circumstances I'll show you, but I can show you. I can show it during one of my live streams, maybe next week or something. I'll be like, look, this is all people leaving. There's no exit interview. No one says why. It's not like, fuck you guys, I'm out of here. But like, it's what happens. But there's value, and that value isn't in streams. It's not in subscribers, sorry. But I guess what I'm saying is, buckle up, everyone. 2025's here, and I don't think it's about US politics. It seems to transcend US politics. In that, the reason, for those that don't know, and I've spent a lot of time here, and I feel like I can show you. I want to screen share, but I haven't prepared anything. I just want to say, the reason why the CDC, the Centers for Disease Control in the US, and to some extent the WHO, the World Health Organization, but it's more a CDC thing. The reason why they have discouraged research into vaccinations and autism, the reason why they've done that is because this is fucking done now. We have gone through this a million fucking times. It is now boring. We have had so much research done. The CDC actually have a page on their website listing all the research, and it's a hell of a read. It's just like, this date, we did this date, this date, this date. I linked it as a reference in my video, the one with Trump in the thumbnail, that people also unsubscribed from and got very unhappy with. That also has a negative subscriber count. And it's like, okay, I get why, but it's like, we have done the vaccines autism thing very, very much. That is very understanding now. We get it. We're done. And the evidence is very, very compelling. We're talking about longitudinal studies, lateral studies. We're talking about studies. Hi, Jason. Nice to see you. We're talking about all of this stuff, the autism vaccination thing, that is very well understood. That is very, very much done. And the CDC has for the last sort of decade or so, generally been a little bit discouraging of more research into the link between autism and vaccinations, because there isn't one. We've really done it now. We've really, really done it. Instead of having one-on-one conversation 1,000 times, much easier to do once, twice in front of several hundred people. Is much easier to deal with. They're 100%. But we're like 100% done, is what I'm trying to say. On the autism vaccination thing, there is the full list of references I used for my video. It's the one from about a month or two ago. It has Trump in the thumbnail. It's not actually a political video. It's not meant to be political. It's not actually to do with Trump. Actually, it's more to do with Andrew Wakefield and RFK. That's what the video is about. I put Trump in there because he picked. It's his response. He's completely responsible for it all, actually. But like, it's not actually about him. It's not who. It's the CDC, Brian. The link is on my. Let's spend more millions of dollars in autism vaccine research. Sarcasm, general. Yeah, that's my fucking point. So this begs the question. Really begs the question. Where do we go now? Do we spend millions more on this fucking nonsense stuff, or should we do more? In fact, Esmeralda, Trump is. You're going to hear a lot more from everyone. My channel is not a political channel, but Trump. It's just going to happen. It sounds like farting, doesn't it? I'm sure that joke's going to be made, but it does when you say it out loud. It's not even his real original name, anyway. Whatever. My point is we'll have to get used to it, and I think autism is going to be politicized, but I don't think it's the main problem is we've got there are areas and opportunities for research with autism, and in this whole arena, ADHD, OCD, everything, dyspraxia, dyscalculia, the whole thing, everything. There's so much more to be done to improve the lives of people. There's so much to be done. There's so much research to do. My particular bee in my bonnet is more to do with sort of autism, dyspraxia, and proprioception. I just want to know, and I'm not the only one here, but there will be a video about it. Due warning, probably happening in the summer. There will be a video about it, because it's like, why is Mike in the sea in complete, almost like that meme, your brain is sort of like, you know, and then Mike on land is like a clumsy oaf. I dropped a bottle on my toe, by the way. I'm in a bit of pain right now on my foot. I dropped a flipping bottle. I knocked it off the fridge onto my foot. I've got cuts and scrapes everywhere. And I just wonder, like, where the hell do they come from? Some of them are obvious because they're cat scratches, but like the cats aren't scratchy. Like, I'm waffling now. Just wanted you to know, Mike is a sea lion, basically. There is room for you all here on the Isle of Man, that's for sure. Oh yeah, Jason. Not long before starting my stream, I saw your comment on my YouTube video. You might have some of you might have noticed I've been replying to a lot of comments on my YouTube video. I have replied to a lot of people. I don't normally do it because, you know, real life and everything, but I've had hundreds and hundreds of comments, and I've replied to quite a lot of them on Sunday. I never said telepathy isn't real, by the way, or that there isn't room for thinking and understanding about areas in which we learn, particularly relating to the subconscious, things that we're not even aware of. I like to say I have a diamond cat handling certificate. Such a thing doesn't really exist, but But I can read animals. Nina and I are fantastic at reading animals. Nina is even better than me, actually. And it's like, where do you get these abilities from? How can you see things happening or things developing or things? How can you be aware of this stuff before it even happens? And I think it's in exactly the same way. Like Nina used to have this dog called Tina. She was a little poodle cross with King Charles Spaniel, one of them, black one, house sheep. And Tina would watch you constantly because she was great. Like she'd be brilliant in car rides and things because the other dogs were like not that keen on going out, but she loved it. Tina's fantastic, brilliant dog. Anyway, she would watch your face, and like you could do this face intuition with Tina. It would be like if you want to like not let the other dogs know that you're going out, you could be like, you could just do a face thing, a little face dance, a little like that with your eyes. She gets it. She can completely see it. You can almost like whisper and go, "Hey, girl, got it?" And she'd just be on it, just absolutely on it. And that's because they spend their whole juju, exactly. It's because they spend the whole time, years of this observation of their human. It's just, I think it's true, Soup, that some of us are more in tune with animal behavior. That's 100% the case. 100% the case. Because I would even say this even with wildlife and wild animals that I feel more in tune with. I can kind of almost guess. Yeah, cats will slow blink you back. Yeah, 100% free mind. 100%. Speaking cat right there. It means I love you almost. It's like I feel safe and I love you. I'm happy to close my eyes around you. You're not going to leap on me. Jason says, yeah, pattern recognition. Yeah, kind of. But I think of pattern recognition like on an Excel sheet or a database queries and things. Yeah, it is a pattern recognition, but it's like a dog will watch you. Cats will do it too, but obviously they don't give a shit sometimes. But they're watching all the time, and it's like their special interest is observing you and watching you, and they just know stuff. Like they can do things that we wouldn't even imagine. And it's well understood that they'll often know if owners are leaving for work and coming back. They'll often know. They will know. I'm not going to go on under a limb and say that is telepathy, because that makes a series of claims that I don't believe are justified. But yeah, they observe stuff. And I think a lot of the time, particularly when we look at the happy disabled people trope, we often have this thing, right? And by the way, I have professional stories from people that I can't share. I need to share them or do something. I don't know. It's so hard. But when you have, once the thermostatic radiator valve has stopped vibrating, I can go around. When you have people, we should be going to the after party imminently, but like when you have people who are in sort of residential care, you'd say level 3 support needs, or I might say that. The whole support needs thing is a whole other thing to tackle. I'm not shitting on anybody's number. But that's a DSM thing rather than an ICD thing for the rest of the world. And that's more of an insurance qualifier than it is. Because like your support level will change depending on your context. It'll change depending on your energy levels. Hell, it will change depending on the time of the fucking day. Like 1, 2, 3, like an elevator, you'll change. Writing it down on paper is not that helpful. Like it can be for some things, but like not really. Anyway. Let's imagine level 3 support needs, non-speaking, autistic person. A lot of the time, the assumption is that there's not much going on in there. And I'm sorry to say, but that is the assumption that's made. And you think about, you get agency care staff coming in. They have no idea about people's history. I mean, I'm sure they're supposed to spend a bit of time on a computer reading up, but come on. Real life here. You walk in at 10 minutes past 9 in the morning to do a shift handover. You've been late with traffic and whatever. You haven't got time to sit down and read and figure people out. So you have people in residential services and this sort of thing. And by saying that people have nothing going on, that could not be fucking further from the truth. I'm thinking of 2 people in particular that are actually in residential services but have recently gotten themselves an iPad with internet access. and they've been watching my videos, and one of them sent me a message with some stuff in it, and they have been written off their whole life. They literally, like, their entire schooling was at a special school, but it was for people with other issues, and they were just left to sit in the corner of a room with a book on flying frogs or something. I don't know. And it breaks my fucking heart, but I can't share the story. And it's just, this is where it gets slightly more complicated, because by writing people off, dressing people every day, and just assuming that they can't dress themselves, maybe they can put some socks on. Paul, we did this earlier, the toe thing. We did. Take it up with Jansen. It's all incredibly complex, but assuming that people are stuck and that's where they are their whole lives. That's why with the telepathy tapes video, I have some issues. I know nothing about the background. I only know what they've decided to share, which is a couple of minutes on the thing. I don't want to pay the $10. And I'm only criticizing what I can see. Maybe there's amazing scientific evidence elsewhere. Well, people can learn, people can improve, and I'm not trying to compare autistic people to dogs, and I hate having to constantly disclaimer my voice as well, because then when I do the disclaimer, I forget what I was talking about and end up going around in circles. But people can learn, and people learn to observe. People learn to observe. You can learn. You can intuit. Herpetologists have voted, Jansen. Herpetologists are in. And to be fair, if you look up pictures of toads and pictures of frogs, I'm not saying toads are like warty and stuff, but like toads are stockier and lumpier than frogs. And frogs are kind of svelte. Yeah. Like look up the frog song with not Paul Daniels. Bum 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 do 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 bum bum bum, that one. With the guy from the Beatles, Paul, what's his name? He sings it. That frog song's amazing. I watched it a billion times when I was a child. Over and over and over and over and over again. Tracy K, I hope you have some good pain relief going on. Creepy internet hug for your healing energy. Good Juju, your choice. I'm with you there, Esmeralda. Paul McCartney's, that's it. Hashtag not all frogs. As Ed Shrink, I'm surprised some people have never heard of the phenomenon of siblings being able to communicate with just a look. Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally. And like, it's you just know what someone's going to do. Like, you just know how they're going to behave. You've almost got like a model in your mind of where they are and what they're doing. So sometimes when I go diving, if it's like in a club, then I'll know, say it's just a recreational dive, just for fun. If I'm with somebody that knows me reasonably well, or I know them, or we've been in the sea together, dozens of times, then I'm comfortable and I know where they are, I know how they're going to be, I know how they're going to behave, and I can know if something's off. But if it's someone I've never dived with, which is usual for me, I'm often taking newbies around, then it's like, oh, I'm going to spend the entire time watching them because I just don't know. I just don't know if they're going to be okay. And it doesn't matter how experienced they are. I just don't know how they are. I don't know how they react. I don't know what they know. Do you know what I mean? And it gets quite complicated and stressful, I'll be honest. All right, Winderback. I know a few people in similar situations in residential care. The best people can hope for the care system is to be kept alive. That's it. Yeah, Harriet. It comes down to whether or not they have an advocate, if they have any living family members or whatever, because people that have no living relatives or whatever, they have a much worse experience. The worst experiences you can imagine. And it's pretty awful. And I think there's that element of there's a very strong culture of autistic people with very high support needs. In other words, with 24-hour supervision required. Maybe they have epilepsy too and would fall over and crack their head open if somebody is not literally right next to them, or maybe they have some inappropriate stims or whatever, where they can hurt themselves or somebody else. Therefore, they have to have someone with them all the time. There is often this idea that a psychologist has written a report back in the 1980s about them, and that is how they shall be cared for forevermore. And often these things are written in a very pathological, limiting way. And often autism is used as the excuse for these things. That's the difficulty. That's kind of where I'm coming from when I'm thinking about. It's just really bad. I guess maybe it comes from the psychological gimmick that I have of trying to do your best. I've got this sort of driving, pushing force of do better, do more, and wanting to be independent and so on. And but sometimes we infantilize people and go, okay, just because they're not speaking, they can't get a hint when a board with some numbers on is waved in front of their face. I'm saying this all badly. You can watch my Sunday video if you want to get the full edited story where I have a bit more energy. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope the swearing hasn't offended too many people. I guess if it has, you've gone. And you aren't hearing my apology. Which is only half an apology because I'm apologizing to people that probably aren't even here. Mike, I've been writing a paper on a model I call monotropic expansion that gets a score at this. Would you be interested in reading of it? Yeah, of course I will. Wires it over to me. Yeah, just send it over to me. Or you can discuss it in the chat. You can drop a thing. I like the term monotropic expansion. I don't know what it means, but expanding of the laser focus. I'm afraid I don't think that would work for me. I'm very fucking laser focused. You know what I ate yesterday? I had a bowl of cereal about 2 p.m. and I had a toasted sandwich. I had probably about 400, 500 calories. Now, I like to eat. I was busy. Like, even sometimes if it's a video game, I can get so engrossed into a video game that I just forget to take care of bodily needs. Oh, Mike, I'm going to get that Autism Skeleton t-shirt with the one with 2 machine guns. Jansen, I like the machine gunning Autism Skeleton. I approve of that purchase. I'm thinking... I guess I don't know. I don't know if I'd wear it on camera or not. I probably would. I don't know. Maybe in the summer. I like my sweaters too much. I like my jumpers. I like to be able to take off a layer and then put a layer on, take it off and put it on. You guys don't know this, but the chair behind me had six jumpers on it. There were 6 sweaters on this thing here. And I had to hide them away. I don't know where I put them. I think I put them in the living room. Soup is basically redefining monotropism as not a singular bottom-up focus, but an inside-out context-seeking cognitive model. Go on. Happily take a read. Happily take a read. I'll happily hear people's hypotheses on things. Particularly, I think, so for example, the theory of monotropism, actually, or hypothesis, well, I guess it's a theory, it's a body of facts, right? But and I know it doesn't apply to everyone. It's not like, hey, it's really nice for me to hear people say, "Oh, me too," and I relate. I get a buzz from that, and there's a lot of. It's nice to hear, and it also makes me feel less alone as well. It's all good. It's nice all around, all the warm fuzzies. But you might not relate to stuff, and you might not relate to things I'm saying, and that's okay. This is not a relate machine where we're just trying to maximize the sequence, the combos of relates, like it's a Mortal Kombat autistic move. You have to press all the buttons on the controller in color order. It's more like, by the way, I'm only sitting on the very edge of this chair. I got this from a business auction when it went bust. I can't even remember how much it cost me, but not that much. And I've had it for like 12 years, this chair. I bought it when I was really, really fat. And consequently, it now means that I can sit on it with a cat or two as well. Obviously, everything is theory. No, because theory in science means a body of facts, like the gem theory of disease or the theory of gravity. Yeah, but I sometimes feel a little bit like, I don't know. I mean, I feel like I could regrow my YouTube channel like massively by just being a relate machine, but I don't. I'm sorry, it's not going to happen because it's just not sustainable for me. And I'm not trying to make it about me like some sort of narcissist, but like I'm just like I just can't. It has to be what it is because it's not sustainable to do it any other way. So what I'm trying to say is this: you might not relate to the theory of monotropism, but I really do. That's all I was trying to say. You might not relate to monotropism if I bang on about it. That's okay. It's okay. In fact, even in the DSM criteria, which is still it's a bit wonky, you know. It's when the next one drops, I'm sure there's going to be a billion videos about it. I can promise you this: when the next one drops, I'm pre-ordering it. I am pre-ordering. The relate machine starts with listicles. Yeah, I know it does, Jansen. Don't blame me. It's the D&D short rest of autism YouTube. Is your listicle? That's what it is. It's like, I don't know. Like sometimes I will like plan like my meme videos. When I plan them, they've been planned. When I haven't planned them, it's because I've been unable to do anything else. For example, when I was in Bristol, and you can basically figure me out. You can see when I've done out a memes video. I'll sometimes, you know. Oh, hey Meg, hey Lewis, how's your week been? But it's been busy. Another meme video. The monotropism video is one that got me in originally. Yeah, Jason S, you were one of the very first people to comment on my YouTube channel ever, and I thank you very much for hanging around and being good to bounce off ideas off. It's been great. Yeah. On the subject of that, I saw your comment. I didn't read it fully because it was a really big one. Look, trust me on this. YouTube allows people to write like, I don't know how many words. What is the word limit for a YouTube comment? Because no. Some people write comments that you can literally scroll. or you can literally go, okay. And I don't read all the comments. I try. That's a nice problem to have, I guess. But there were a lot, like about, I don't know, somewhere in the region, 30 to 60, somewhere in that sort of ballpark of people who on Sunday and Monday have had their comments junk spammed. I don't think I've ever hit a word limit. Yeah, I know, it's maybe. Listicles like those flashback episodes in Friends. You just know it's a bottle episode, Jansen. Listicle, you know it was a lazy day at the office. I try and make Harriet, renewables chat, science and technology. Start it and tag me. Or do you want a channel, Harriet? Because if you want a channel in Discord for renewables, which happens to be a special interest of mine, then the answer obviously yes, and we can have at it. Science and tech, otherwise. So sorry for the long comment. No, not at all. No, don't apologize. But the longer the comment, the harder it is to read, unless it's part of an existing debate, which I'm sure people will really get into. Really dig that. Like, never be sorry for oversharing or even undersharing. Like, autistic communication styles. are wide and varied, and some people communicate by sending memes to each other, which you can't do in YouTube comments, but some people communicate with emojis and some don't, and some use whatever. It all works. All I'm saying is, if it's massive and I'm like, and I don't read it, even hyperlexic, I'm not gonna necessarily read it. But no worries, Jason. In fact, actually, can I honestly, anyone leaving a comment of any sort, even if it's just one letter or 2,000 letters, it actually helps the video. So thanks. Also, consider that if you're leaving a comment on a video that you perhaps don't like. So, for example, if it's, I've been sent an anti-vaxxer video from a popular celebrity that looks a little bit like the Victorian image of Jesus. And I'm not going to comment on that video because that helps the video, even a fraction. Actually, I used to write so much on Claire's videos, so try and say this, I can't get in novellas as comments. Yeah, Claire, I was actually thinking about when I was talking, because yeah, Claire gets it. There's one thing I learned in my career, it's the scientists are allergic to using paragraphs when they write papers. Yeah, I get it. Try to comment, is it just a smiley face because it's still commenting in the day? Exactly, yeah. So one day AI might be used to classify the sentiment on comments. I think that day is imminent. No such thing as negative press. Yeah, exactly. And, you know, it's unfortunate that a lot of the people leaving me negative comments, I don't think have actually watched the video. I think they've just been told, go there and leave a comment. Because when I look at the spam filter on YouTube, which has caught them all, it's just like offensive words. It's just like, you know, like different variations of the word retard, that's often used. Just lots of stuff like that. Just in different, people trying to like bypass the filters using like leet speak to try and, you know, get it out there. And just tons of that, like 30 to 60 comments like that in over the last 48 hours. Not a huge amount, but that doesn't normally happen. Just so you know, that's not typical. Most weeks, no one's comment gets spammed. Like it's just like, you know. So that happens. Ellie says I hit the word limit on Discord. Amazing. You did comment on it. Yeah. Martin Powell, what did I comment on? I've been commenting on my own comments, and I comment on other people's videos. I'm sad that Claire's ended podcast and Porch Coffee too. I haven't finished watching all of the Autistic People Talking podcast. I was in that. I think I was person number 3. I think I even got in there before Meg. I did get in there before Meg did, because she was like, "What's it like?" And I'm like, "Claire's great." So yeah, that definitely happened. Yeah, Meg's like, "What was it like?" It's great. Meg's brilliant. Sorry, Claire's brilliant. It's like, I'm watching Claire, and it's like, and I knew I had a prank to play. Thank you, Wendy. And I knew I had a cool prank to play. But I'm just watching it because Claire's got this long intro. Claire's got like this sing-songy intro, really long intro. And I'm just watching it. And my brain is just like watching Claire's video mode. And you can even see it on my face. If you look at my face, you can just see me staring. And I just watched Claire for like a minute. I don't know, it was about 30 seconds or something. I'm just staring. I didn't realize. I knew she was filming me, but I didn't realize it was hard to explain. But it was a Zoom call with Claire, and she was just like... So yeah. I have my own Porch Coffee mug now, which I'll sell on eBay at some point. Be worth a lot of money. I'm, you know, oh yeah, Claire's intro is about 2 minutes. Yeah, exactly. And I'm just sitting here watching it. And I'm just like, oh. Once she even had to stop and start again because of me. Because I'm just like, oh, I'm just not watching a Claire video. Okay. And like, I'd seen Claire's videos for a couple of years at that point. I occasionally she'd pop up my feed, I'd watch them, blah, blah, blah. But Claire and I didn't know each other for that long at the time that Porch Coffee, not Porch Coffee, that Autistic People Talking podcast episode was filmed. We didn't, so we sort of knew of each other a bit. Like we didn't know each other that well. And we know each other quite well now. But like we're friends now. But like at the time, it was still quite early on. So yeah, I was a bit like, oh my God, it's Claire. But she had like current hair color. So it wasn't like green or anything. So I associate Claire with having green hair. So it wasn't green haired Claire. That kind of helped a little bit with the whole kind of, oh, you're filming me. Sorry, everyone. I've just waffled. Yeah, I am a bit sad about that. Claire has ceased making or committing to making autistic content. She has done so for years, and she's produced hundreds of videos. It's fantastic. It's Woodshed Theory, all one word. But if you just write Woodshed Theory onto YouTube or Claire Woodshed, you'll find her content, and it's great. Again, a different style to me, and she's super into yarn, and approaches things from a different angle because she's a different human being. There is that. I once went to a modern ballet show with a friend who was paraplegic to inspire an environment. It was called Parahumans. I left the interval discussed. It wasn't even for the disabled. Oh no. Scrolling. But yeah, I actually genuinely missed it. Also, I really enjoyed your Talks to People Talking episode. I really enjoyed it too. It was really, thank you. It was really lovely. Yeah, I think we could have gone on and on for ages, but it was just like, okay, just stop now. Ellen, perhaps it means that your video went out for this time. Yeah, that's exactly what it means. It's like when a video goes out, it's like for the first few thousand people, it's like, these are nice people. And if a video does really, really well, it goes out to the next layer of the audience. I first saw your Claire's live stream audience. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I enjoy Claire's live streams. I'm scrolling. I think I've scrolled it all now. Hele loves my ears. Amazing. I don't often get that comment on YouTube, I'll be perfectly honest with you. Oh, do you know what? It was so funny. And none of you will have seen this because it wasn't recorded, but I remember sitting in the hotel with Quinn, and he's got like sticky out ears, which is quite funny because I've got like big ears, and Quinn's got like sticky out ears like this, and it's just brilliant because I'm like, Quinn, this is amazing. We should start a team. We should start like Autistic ear team or something. And like, it was so funny because we just regaled each other with all of the insults. Horrible things, and we just Quinn and I were just sharing ear insults with each other. It was just, can I tell you, it was one of the more cathartic moments of my life. I think it was like, holy shit, funny. Oh, it was so amusing. It properly amused me. How about people jumping into YouTube comments and reducting the comment most of the time? I would say, actually, honestly, if you comment on Meg's videos, you'll be fine. If you comment on mine, they'll be fine. I'm not encouraging it for algorithm purposes, but I'm just saying, like, it's fine. The exception, I would say, is occasionally I will make a video that other autism YouTubers don't seem to do. And And I understand why they might not want to do it. Like Thomas Henley might cheat by reacting to my my video after it's done. but sometimes I'll make a video that people don't like and get very upset. Like I've just said something horrible about their mothers or something. And I try very hard. I try very hard to keep things as boring as possible. You know, as to the material as possible. But I can't help feeling exasperated. I'm going to tell nobody cares about videos. I'm like, bro, you're in the wrong corner. Soup. I replied to that one. Soup. I saw that. I got told nobody cares and want to make videos. I'm like, bro, you're in the wrong corner of the internet with that trolling. I actually thought that was amazing. I replied to. Soup. Did you see my reply? Please tell me it wasn't just in the ether. Yeah. That is probably the only time I've commented on one of Meg's videos in months. And I saw that and I'm like, what the fuck is this? I'm like, what the fuck is this? I was just like, oh, you did cool. Okay. I think it's one of Meg's videos. It was one of the first comments people jumped in on me with emoji and why I was laughing. Oh, I'm sorry, Ashley. It tends not to happen. In the autism YouTuber space, I would say you're very unlikely to be trolled in it, which just tells me that we're quite a small community. T Fairy's back. Thank you, T Fairy. It's not saying anything, but she did, look. So, baby-sized ear and a pointy squished ear, both quite small. I wear loops, but need baby-sized in the right-hand ear. Different sized ones for different ears. That's pretty common. I think they like that because you have to buy two pairs. But then you get 2 pairs. So that kind of works. Hi, Nina, says Harriet. Did she reply? Didn't she reply? We'll never know. My ears are ridiculously small and slightly Spock-shaped. Well, that's actually kind of cool. I have to say, that's pretty cool. Quad ears for the win. Definitely. All 4 ears are awesome. Yes, thank you. I thought it would be a bit sort of funny, maybe a bit sort of pranky, but it turns out that the cat ears work. Don't know where to go with this, but the cat ears kind of work. I'm just here to trot this exactly, yeah. But like, we don't really have that many sort of trolls. Like, I feel like we need more. I'm not saying we need more, like, you know, we need more, but it kind of tells me that there's not. I don't know. I've just found that it gets worse as it's literally YouTube algorithm, which knows the audience, blah, 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 blah. But like the next layer out are kind of people that are not that happy. Autism mom ring. When I get comments from autism moms, I'm thinking, oh yeah, the video is doing great. And then it goes like another layer out. And then you end up with just like, you know, 10-year-old spotty boys writing, you're this, whatever. And then that happens as well, which is quite good because that means the video is kind of behind the Tea Fairy. But Vinci, you do a deal with Toffle to teach you Tea Fairy. Like, don't think this is just Nina making me tea all the time, because this is various Tea Fairy duties. Sometimes I am the Tea Fairy. Publisky, yeah, I find, I will be honest, the thing that I do struggle with probably the most in this context, Helen, yeah, she was like, when did you say on a stream that I liked Licorice? And I'm like, I don't know, but it happened. Yeah, she did. You like them too, Licorice sweets? I actually haven't tried that type, the hard-boiled sort of Licorice sweets. Yes, they're going down brilliantly is my point, yeah. Thank you, Helen. I'm sorry we haven't properly said thank you. She loves the jewelry, by the way. It's absolutely beautiful. Helen sent a really beautiful. I think I showed it. I did show it on the Christmas. Yeah, we spread it out because this year we didn't do gifts for each other. We didn't do presents here. So the only things that I opened, other than a bowl from Nina's parents, was the stuff Helen family sent. Thank you all very much. That was nice to have a sort of present opening experience. Work ending, so I'm going. I'm sorry, Ashley, that you associate me with work, but I hope it went well, and I hope this helped make the day go a little bit quicker. I do hope it went a little bit quicker. All right, okay, right. I'm sorry. We should have gone to Afterparty, but I have to quickly do this. We have to have a poll. We have to do a poll, and this is the poll. It's going to be. Okay. There's a couple of different spellings of this. Work with me. Do you like licorice? Yes or no? Chloe J, I'll happily accept payment in Lego. Unfortunately, that's far too expensive. Lego is so expensive. Do you know what? My dad likes building the big Lego, like the Taj Mahal and things. That shit is so expensive. Like I probably should have taken some photos and used it as in like my autism evidence pack. Hey bud, come say hello. All right, what's the 65% yes? I don't think that's statistically relevant. It's only 48 votes as well. Just like half of you. 49 votes. Can no? Look, do you hate licorice? If you hate licorice, can you please click no in the poll? Like right now. Just go on there because I'm going to end it in a moment. The poll anyway. What? Your heart is going. Oof. I thought you were wrong. 52 votes. All right. Okay. All right. Well, population has voted. I was going to say we all like licorice, but we don't, do we? I'd say licorice is reasonably popular. All sorts is the worst candy ever made. Yeah. So I'll eat licorice all sorts, but not. Occasionally I'll eat the licorice because it will be part of the square cubey ones. But I won't eat the licorice ones. But I like the non-licorice ones. Look at that. It's not a troll poll, Paul. That is literally like people like licorice. Filing in my head as licorice might be a possibly autistic thing. I don't know. We would have to control it with something else that's completely meh. Do you like water or something? Don't besmirch licorice all sorts of my presents. No. Licorice all sorts go down really, really well in this household. But Nina can eat them all and loves them all. I will just eat some of them, which happen to have some licorice in, but licorice is not the. So the ratio of people into dark stuff. Okay, one more poll. So sorry. Start a poll, right? There's another poll. Let's do it. I'm sorry about my wording. I tried to work on it. The poll is on the screen right now, depending on what you're using. Using the web browser, it'll be just a little. Oh, that's telling me Larry needs antibiotics, but I've done him already. I did it before the stream, so I don't need the reminder. Bassett, yeah, Bassett or licorice, all sorts. Yeah, nice. And the cheap knockoffs are. I can appreciate them, but yes, the Bassett ones particularly. Okay, here we go. So we are voting on two things now. I can see on the Discord, it has the luxurious licorice. Ricola are quite a good brand. Okay, we've got Anna and Tosca both washing their feet, but they both have colds and they're both like, that's what it sounds like when they're licking their feet. Right, I'm going to end the poll. It's only had 37 votes. Come on. Don't PDA out of this. Do you like dark fiction and stories? So we were talking earlier about sort of like murder mystery type stuff, but also, the darker side of entertainment. And also Licorice. Do you eat beans? With George Wendt. Okay, ready? We're going to do the poll. I think there might be a connection. We've just done science. We have just done autism science. This is how autism research. I'm actually not entirely joking. I think this is not representative, blah, 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 blah. But like, honestly, I think... Well, no. That's polystyrene. Okay. Sorry, I thought Tosca was knocking around some, what I thought was a piece of polystyrene. It's just paper. Get this in a paper, Jansen. Is the microphone named Mike? It doesn't have a name. I would feel uncomfortable if it were named. I have named things around me, but like, this is too close to my face. Small sample size. There's loads of problems with this. But here's the thing. I think we might be onto something. You should have had 4 options. Yes, I know, General Otto. We should have had some neurotypicals in there as well. We should have had bigger group. But here's the thing. I have run polls on my channel before with thousands of responses. I think it could be fun. But yeah, the poll's gone, Layla P. You've just missed it. It just ended. The most recent one was, do you like dark fiction and stories, but also like Licorice? Yeah, I think the Licorice people are... You dark horses. You. Go to dark side. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I had no idea. Right, what we'll do, since the timing is a little bit off this evening, we'll do a 2-minute break. We'll come back for a short period. Then we're going to go to Afterparty for anyone who wants to join me in the Afterparty. Afterparty is usually quite popular on the Scratching Post Discord, and we'll play some games, but there are other things we'll be doing, not just games, in future Afterparties and future streams. This is kind of getting us through the dark winter months. Those of you that are not new to the channel, we've done outside stuff. We've done... Hello, you. There's tons of things we do on this channel. It's not just YouTube videos. Right. 2 minutes. I have to wash my hands. My hands are like... You can't hear it, but if you could hear it, it would be... That's horrible. No. That's not what my hands sound like. But like, you get the point. I just need to go wash my hands and I'll be right back. 2 minutes. Okay, and then we'll do another sort of 20 or so. 2 minutes.
Appalachian sunrise meets my skin. Even with my eyes still closed, I can feel it coming in. Golden, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Mountain laurel high fives for miles in spring. Rainbow trout and a hummingbird wing. Golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things. Gold hair, gold rings, gold leaves, gold anything, golden, I'll follow only golden, golden, golden things.
I actually think we could end that one slightly early because I was just sitting here watching the numbers counting down. And I don't know if that's fair because people might miss it because they might be like, I've got 20 seconds left. That's enough time to shit and wash my hands and rush downstairs or something like that. I don't know. I'm sorry, everyone. I've just got wet hands. Mike, can cats drink through straws? No. No, they can't. But actually, that's a really good question. Could a straw be invented that a cat could also use? Yes. Okay, yeah, Brian. So we've got a cat. We've got a couple of cat water fountains that are. We've got quite a few actually, but we've got a couple that are cat shaped, and they have a water jet that comes out the top. Okay, so it's kind of like a little straw. It's kind of like a little appendage, and it sort of squirts out like a little fountain, or any little small things really, and it sort of squirts out like a fountain. And the cats can put their Saber. This is my Timula cube. Warned you. Okay. Right, sorry about that. Just need a second. Gross. As we were saying, why is the chat? Hopefully you didn't see that. I think you possibly did, given the angle of the camera. Still. Moving on. The Saber fan club is here. I'm Saber's lawyer and he's innocent. Saber, what's going on? You're appointing representation. Mate. See meow meow. This is a smart meow meow. This one can actually... Oh, that's what I was saying. Cats can drink from ball bottles that hamsters use. Yeah, they can. And they can drink out of this fountain, which has this little appendage, which sort of squirts out like a... It's not laminar flow, but it's a really neat looking jet that the cats can lick. And if they get their mouths close enough to it, they can effectively drink from it like a straw. So yes, cats can drink from straws, but they lack the sort of suction of a human mouth. Okay. Let's get back to it. Remember to hydrate everybody, and let's why is so many people like exactly define straw? Yeah. Well, I would say like cylindrical, two-sided, or one-sided if you think of a straw as a extruded donut. It could also work. I'm going to info dump in the Science Tech channel about renewables in the UK and electricity market. Harriet, yes. But if you think this is going to be a common thing, which by the way, it totally can for me, shall we start a channel called Renewable Energy? I was looking through the channels the other day and I noticed we don't have a history channel. And we must have history autism in here. There must be history autism. Like, someone's got history autism. See, it has straw-like characteristics. Exactly. AV sync. The sync should be fine. Do a refresh. I actually did a refresh during that break. I used that as an opportunity to do a refresh. Okay, here we go. Ready? I'll do a tiny I'll do a refresh. Okay, 1 second. Here we go. Little test for you. I'm really sorry about that. That's because of WebRTC, which is used by WebKit and whatever. Anyway, ready for this? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, off. Put a finger down if you flap your hands. Put a finger down. We need to do... Okay, we need to do history. Other history for economic equality useful. Hell, yeah. What do you mean history of autism? I have a fashion history. Oh, we have a fashion channel. We have a fashion channel. Okay, cool. Thank you. 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 Oh, I forgot to say. Without sounding creepy, I saw Big Clive the other day, but I didn't actually see him. Well, I did technically see him, but I didn't say hello because autism. Why is it put a finger down? Yes, Esmeralda. I thought that as well. Put a finger count because you count. Put the finger down. I think it might be because it's the whole kind of this is how far we've got to go left. Not to be creepy, but I was in his bushes. Yeah, exactly. I think TJ, as in the other TJ, was we're in touch, but I don't. The guy is super popular on YouTube. He has 1 million subs and makes content about electronics. I have to tell you, he's given me the vibes. He's given me the vibes. But yeah. I didn't do a. Hey. I just thought. I just thought, oh yeah. And then I just sort of, yeah, it's so creepy if you're wearing night vision goggles. Johnson, that's so funny. He's self-identified, is he actually? Legit, okay. That might be why he follows my channel then. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, that's so funny. Big Clive is a very popular YouTuber who makes content on electronics. So essentially, he'll get something from the shops or eBay or Alibaba or whatever, and then sort of take it apart, draw the schematics, explain, like Electro Boom but without the boom. He mentions autism quite often. Is Big Clive his rep name? Yeah, they're trying to do general technical stuff. So yeah. I think I didn't realize he's self-identified autism. I know he's made some community posts about autism, like suspiciously keeps popping up, but like, yeah. Well, we're in touch anyway. He knows where to find me if he wants a cup of tea. Relax, Toffle. Turn the lights off. I don't know if listening to my waffle is helpful. Meltdown recovery or not. But my waffle is good. Hey, cool. And if you join Discord, I've listed creators I'm aware of have openly talked about being autistic. Now, there's a lot. I was on Reddit literally yesterday looking at a list, exactly that. I don't know if you've seen it too, Jed Shrink. I think following... Oh, shit. What's his name? Minecraft YouTuber? Top of the morning to you. Dan TDM. What's his name? Dan, isn't it? Okay. No. Is his YouTube name still Dan TDM? I forget. Anyway, he did a I'm Autistic video recently. This is Anna. Anna is a little bit coffee at the minute. I will give her she loves Licky Licks. Oh, she goes nuts, right? Oh, sorry, I'm not sure her bottom. But look, she's a clean bottom. She has a tail. She has feet. She has a pretty face. Her face looks dirty, but that's just the way she's coloured, I'm afraid. Mike Waffles are part of the routine that keeps you somewhat sane. Oh, I'm glad, but also I feel kind of like, oh, like yeah. Support network, Toffel. We need to work on improving your support network. I mean, you're in the community, but like more of us. There's a lot of us around. Jacksepticeye. I think of him as a Minecraft YouTuber, General Otter, because I watched his Minecraft YouTube stuff and not really much of his other stuff. That's it, General Otter. Thank you. Not Dan. Yes, Jacksepticeye. Yep. His autism coming out video. I don't want to say coming out video. I don't know if that's sort of appropriate to say. I mean, it means something different. Sorry. But I thought his video was quite well done. I appreciated what he was saying, and I thought it was a really good video. And since he has a very, 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 very large audience, predominantly younger folks, I think what he's saying is very useful and very helpful. Yeah, I added into that list. Like a common question on Reddit is, where are the autistic YouTubers? And they're often like, look, we've got autistic YouTubers talking about autism, but autistic people making stuff or whatever. Yeah, that's quite common. And I think it quite possibly is. I remember, I don't know if some of you remember the chat with Pierre. There is more Tea and Tales coming. I've got the books. Saber has scratched them. Saber has pre-scratched the next 3 or 4 Tea and Tales. He always scratched all of them. So the Tea and Tales books are pre-scratched by Saber. I'm saying this really loudly and very commonly because one of them is the reason I jump by, at the time, a 13-year-old non-speaking autistic Japanese boy. And his face is covered in scars from Saber's scratches. I don't want anyone to think when I send you the book that it's some sort of hate crime, because it isn't. It's Saber. There. I've said it. Yeah, it's about, yeah. We have those to do. But anyway, Pierre mentioned that a lot of his colleagues, a lot of the comedians that you see on the British circuit, anyway, I guess, are ADHDers, and a decent proportion of them, he reckons, are autistic. Like, it sort of makes sense, doesn't it? Like, Joe Wells is fantastic as well, if you ever watched Joe Wells. Joe Wells has got another special out, and it's fucking hilarious. Pardon my language. Hilarious. Yeah, you gotta take it out. Jake has 30 million subscribers, and yes, yeah, totally. There's another one I'm thinking of, but I've forgotten his name. But this is not very helpful, is it? I've thought of something, but I can't remember who it was or what. I can picture his face. Telepathy me. Who am I thinking of? There's a YouTube content creator who did the sort of coming out video, I guess. I suppose I can't do that video, can I? I might actually. I might do a coming out autistic video for YouTube. It might be a surprise for people. Nah, not Hannah Gatsby, but I didn't realise she's definitely gives me neurodivergent vibes. Stephen King, no. So many people in Jack's comments saying one of us. That's sweet. I was to come out as autistic, but agoraphobia came up. That's really funny. Ben Brady, yeah, she's ace too. There's like half of my spoons. I'm serving tea with a fork. Toffel, sometimes we run out of teaspoons. We've got loads of teaspoons, but sometimes they're just in the dishwasher or whatever, or just sitting in a pot on the side. They're used, they're dirty spoons. And so then it's like stir with the big spoons. Okay, now stir with a fork. I've done the stir with a fork. Just don't pierce the tea bag, you'll be all right. Hannah is not a surprise to me. Anna Gatsby is not a surprise. We need a few more. I'm wondering, something that I haven't seen. Oh, we've got Sia as well. Don't forget. I tried watching the rest of music, by the way. I did. I partially. Oh, okay, I'm going to get through this. It's really bad. It's really bad. CF has cystic fibrosis, Esmeralda. I use chopsticks sometimes, or very rarely in my hand, but wouldn't recommend for ramen, your hands. You could just do it the Hong Kong style and just use the whole bowl and just slurp it. My name is Kyle Hill. Yannicke actually guessed what was in my brain. Holy shit. We actually have an example of telepathy here. We actually have an example of telepathy. Kyle Hill is who I'm thinking of. Telepathy confirmed. Oh my goodness. I'm shaking. It's only been 2 days since my video. And we now have confirmed telepathy. It's been 2 days since my video. What clues did I give you? I'm thinking of a YouTuber that did a, coming out autistic kind of video. And by the way, that's not an uncommon thing. It's a suspiciously common topic, I guess. I didn't even say like anything else, gender, whatever. We have had this confirmed telepathy. 2 days after my telepathy tapes video, and with I'm sorry everybody, I was wrong. I'm gonna have to do the I'm sorry I was wrong video. If you're telekinetic, please raise my hand. I don't walk about nothing. That's funny. I just know. Yeah, exactly. I remember this coming on a video account once. Yeah. I can't remember the reason I saw it. I think it was somebody mentioned it somewhere in some forum, and I'm Googling around. I'm just reading stuff on the internet. Someone mentioned it, and I'm like, oh, the name is vaguely familiar. I can't tell you his other stuff. It's not autism. And he made a video which is great. I think it will help a lot of people. That can't have been recently, Yannicke. That was a while ago. I got your hands going. Do. No. I think So there is all of that anyway. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Chris Hemsworth? Did he ever? Really? Nina Conti? That's not a name that rings a bell right now. Mark B. I'm sorry, I put my mouse over here and I put my hand down and touched Anna. It's just my mouse. Just there. Right here. Sorry, I just saw this one. Hang on, I'll read everyone else in a second. Where is it? Mark B. There you go. I thought that was quite funny. I'm gonna have to not make change the day just to ruin the yeah, Yannicke, you were here very, very early. I mean those early live streams were something else. I think. Yeah, I mean, I Yeah. Wow. I can't believe you sat through all of that. Unicorns is genuinely funny ventriloquist. Chris Bowden. That's the name of a Vega. I know another autistic comedian. Elon Musk. It literally causes pain, like as in like. Yeah, we had a thing where Elon's incorporated a business in the UK, which is the legal requirement in order to donate to political parties. Except we've got a very right wing party, described as extreme right, but it depends on your perspective. But they're very right wing, but it's not actually a party. It's actually a limited company acting as a political party. It's not actually a political party, but it effectively is. But it's a limited company. So yeah, and then they had a falling out or something. I can't keep up with all this stuff. The guy who invented Pokemon is autistic. Yeah, he is. Yeah, Reform UK, yeah. No. The creator of Pokemon, I think, he's actually said that he's autistic. I think that is a from the horse's mouth type of affair. It might have been speculated because the game is kind of like. I'm going to paraphrase it and say, "Gotta collect them all. Gotta make a collection and categorize them and spreadsheet them and see what type is effective against what type." I don't know. I'm not au fait, entirely au fait. I can tell you that Reform UK is not actually a political party. I suppose it's almost not relevant because they could create a party, and I'm sure all of their members and whatever would just swap over, right? I'm sure, or a lot of them. I'm convinced the hemlines and basically all Moomin characters are autistic. What? Do I find dates fascinating? I find dates incredibly irritating because we have one time which is UTC. A lot of you will understand what I mean. And then date conversions are a pain in the butt. I'm still going to be writing 2024. I wrote 2024 to a customer yesterday, and they were like 2025. Made it like really big. Yeah, I know. I'm going to be writing 2024 until at least March. Yannicka, you shouldn't have to unhide stuff. I can see comments that say autistic without having to hide or unhide them. Yeah, Satoshi, late diagnosed autistic, yeah. I just want the 13-month calendar. I don't think Elon's done some weird stuff with the UK anyway. It's very strange. Anna, what did you do? Okay, all of my windows have now gone. I'm now... Thank you, Anna. Okay, we're back. Thanks for that. You're just like your mother, Anna. All right, 2025 for the first time felt weird. Yeah, 2022 felt nice to write, just to write. And 2020 was quite nice to write as well. There's one trait to me and get to review. Yep, exactly. Oh, there's one trait you get to review them. So what do you mean? So from a moderation perspective, because obviously, I mean, I'm a mod too. I don't see my channel. I don't see any difference. Occasionally, TJ will write something that. Can somebody say autistic? Can somebody say the word autistic? Can somebody type autistic into the chat? Can somebody write the word autistic? Yeah, it works. Yeah, there you go. Tons of autism. There you go. There's tons of autism in the chat. What are you saying? What are you saying, Yannicka? Oh, by the way, the raid last week was quite fun on Jen, eh? That was very, very amusing. I hopped in and Jez, the autistic cat, send their regards. I'm thinking Game of Thrones here. I'm not saying you're Lannisters or whatever. Okay, just the word works. Now you have to use autism in a sentence. And apparently not a ton of PDAs, essentially. What is a collection of autistics called? Well, autisticals. The last 100 comments are all disproving. There you go. Right, who's been moderated? No, I didn't see it. I'm in top chat though, so it could be that. Okay, I'm in live chat now. I had to move the window out of the way because Anna's in the way. Anna's taking up like half the monitor because she's big now. Rating, what is autistic mouth? We turn up and categorize all your stuff. Yes. A perseveration of autistic. That works really well as well. A stem of autistics. Okay, I think this is going to have to be a channel poll. I think if I remember... yeah, Yannicka, that'd be really helpful, actually. I know for a fact that about a year ago, when I commented on some other autistic YouTubers' live streams, my comments were hidden. And I don't know if it was because I'm commenting as autistic AF, and that's like, oh, no, you can't say that. Maybe. But yeah, I forgot we were channel polling again. Oh, we got a collection of autistic... what's this called? All right. I've got it now written. I just wrote it in the URL bar. Oh. A diverge, maybe? Okay. 40, fuck, same thing. As well as antisocials, we need to game for a gang of us. And yes, the after party is happening, and it's an hour late. So we are going to go and do that. I am going to make that channel poll. That channel poll. Right, hang on. Right, that channel poll needs to happen before the after party. I'll do the channel poll first because otherwise I will forget. There were other things we talked about during the last 3 hours and I've forgotten all of it. I'm sorry. It'll come to me in the middle of the night and I won't be able to sleep. That's how my brain works. I'm going to ask, what is the name for a collective of autists? Welcome, Mrs. Vivian. Thank you. What is a paruya? Right, okay. 10 minutes after party. See you soon. need you to know, I've just made the community post. I have Mike the Troll typing. Yeah, I know. Because I said I had to do it now. And if it doesn't happen right now, if I'm not like right now, it doesn't happen. So I've actually put it in the channel. At least type in music. It's in the channel thing now. What's the word? It's a community post. I don't know what YouTube call it. It's the public one on YouTube. Have a little look on the channel. If you click the channel and then click posts, or just browse YouTube, I think it randomly shows channel posts. There's no image or anything like that for attention. Just what is a group of autistic people called? Obviously, we have the Autistic Cat community. If you want to join it, it's on my Patreon. Lowest tier is $40 a month. It helps me fund the channel, and just get stuff, etc. Naming your credits, blah blah blah. But what, Autistic Cats is us. But what is the name of more general? What is it? But if I don't do it right now, I might fail, and that's the story of my life. I'm afraid that's literally a thing. I have to do it right now, or I'll forget. See you soon.